welcome back, everybody. I am back. That was a quick couple hours, wasn't it? I laid down for just a little bit for about 10, 15 minutes, and I am back ready to rock some more. Thanks for being here, everybody. We're trying to get that one last wave project off the ground here. We're at 112. We got to get a long way over there, everybody. We got to get it a long way in 15 days. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated so far. We got a long way to go on this, so we're going to be streaming, of course, every single day until the 14th, which actually, because we're going to try to do this one last wave project on the 15th. So yeah, this is one of those pie in the sky, working incredibly hard, working for hundreds and hundreds of hours every week, everybody, to get this going as much as I can. Of course, this week spent some time with the family as well. Working on some stuff here, trying to get my thing over here going so I can see this retweets over here. How we doing? Wow, 4 retweets already. Look at you guys on the point. You guys are on point in there. There we go. Working very hard to do this one last wave project. Oh wait, that's not even open. That's the battles. I have that close. But yeah, working very hard to get this one last wave project off the ground here. Again, appreciate everybody coming in. Now we will, of course, take those donations, extend the time on Sunday when we're going to go ahead and start streaming Sunday, and then it's nothing but love-a-thons all the way until the 14th. And hopefully we get that bar all the way up. We're going to do a bunch of silly stuff along the way, of course. Starting on Sunday, we're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing other fun things as well, silly hats and all that fun stuff that's in that one last wave list, plus the one from last time, too. So not only do we have this list of things, but we also have some of the ones from last time to finish up as well. And again, I was out that 1 week because I was having trouble breathing. Still having trouble breathing. I was doing fine this morning, but I don't know, man. Still having trouble breathing today. Like right now. I hope it subsides at some point. It's funny, it goes away and it comes back, and it goes away and it comes back. I think it's because I'm putting myself under a lot of pressure and working very, very hard is most likely the reason. And just trying to do my best, everybody. That's all you can ask of anybody, to go in and do their best and work really, really hard at it to see if you can make it happen and whatnot. Thanks to those ones in the chat. Hope family time was fun. Well, I got a little attitude from my oldest daughter, but my other daughters are being awesome. So she's at that stage where she's like, knows it all. She's already knows it all, and she got a bit of an attitude. But such is the way it goes, everybody. You know how it goes when you hit that 18. You start thinking you know everything and that everybody else is stupid and that you're the smartest person in the room. I went through the same thing when I was young, but it's no excuse to be disrespectful. I always call out when they're disrespectful every single time, because that's not something you should put up with your kids, because you know what they're going to do? They're just going to keep on doing it for your whole rest of your life if you let them get away with that. I see some people, they talk to their parents horribly, but really bad. Really bad, because the parents just don't want to fight with them. The parents are too tired because they're working all day. They're exhausted. They don't want to argue with their kids all night long. And they just give up. They just give up. They just say, that's enough. I'm good. And they just stop parenting at some point, and they stop calling their kids when they're doing bad things. Because, it's a lot of energy, everybody. It takes a lot of energy to go in there and say, no, you don't want to be hitting your sister. You don't want to be stealing their toys. You don't want to be talking to people that way. All of that stuff absorbs all of your energy. You've got to spend all that energy to do it. And there's a lot of times I just let that stuff slide when I was feeling sick. I just let that stuff slide. But you can only take it so long. You can only be treated that way so long before then that's it. That's enough. That's too much. You've done it too many times. I'm not taking it anymore. And this is rule number 1 in our house, everybody. Show respect. I expect my daughters to show respect to my wife, and I expect them to show respect to me. And when they don't, I call them on it every time. At least every time I have the energy to call them on it. Sometimes I let it slide because I just don't feel like doing it that day. You know how it is. But on average, I do call them on it, and because I don't think they should treat me that way. I especially don't think they treat my wife that way. And I don't want to be treated that way, right? How do you want to be treated in your life? You want people to treat you like trash, like you're not important, like they can't take 2 seconds out of your day to say hi to you? Or do you want to let them keep doing that? And just keep letting them doing that forever? That's not how you should treat people. I don't believe that's the way you should treat people, and I certainly don't want to be treated that way. So yeah, a little attitude, but I had to call her on it earlier on today. But you know how it goes with teenagers; they know everything. Oh man, it just reminds me of when I was a kid, and I did the same thing. Everybody, I did the same thing. Just thought I knew everything, thought I was Mr. Stuff, and that I was the most important thing in the world. No empathy for anybody else. Didn't care about anybody else, how other people felt, or how I made other people feel. It's just a terrible tragedy, everybody, when you go through that stuff. And you just see someone else doing the same, making the same mistakes you made. But sometimes you just got to let them make mistakes. Let them burn their bridges. Let them talk to people with disrespect and watch what happens. They get fired from their job. People don't want to talk to them anymore. People don't want to be around them. It's going to burn a lot of relationships and things like that when you treat people poorly. Especially if it's your significant other, too. You should not let your significant other, and I've let it slide a bunch of times, because sometimes my wife has a bad day or whatever it is, and I've let it slide, especially when I'm really sick and I just don't feel well. Like right now, I can't breathe. And I'm always dizzy all the time and all that stuff. And I just don't feel up to it. I don't feel up to it to have to say, hey, stop doing that kind of thing. But I've reached a point now where I'm not putting up with it anymore. But it's just too much. It's too much to take crap from people when you do nothing but kind things for them all the time. You do nothing but kind things, and they treat you like trash, like you're not important, like it's not worth their time to even say hello to you or to talk to you. That's when they've crossed the line for me. And so that's why, if you want to continue to be treated that way, then you let it slide. If you don't want to be continuously treated that way, then you have to call them on it and say, look, don't talk to me like that. I don't want to be talked to that way. And I know you don't want to be talked to that way either. So don't talk to me that way unless you like to be talked to that way. Because, what goes around comes around, or the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. If you want to treat others like trash and they're not very important to you, if you want to put them down and constantly do things that are really mean to other people, then you're like, hey, I like mean things done to me. Why don't you talk to me like trash? Why don't you talk to me like I'm unimportant? Why don't you treat me whenever I'm talking to you like I'm not worth your time? Like I'm not worth your time to talk to. I'm unimportant to you. And see how that works out. So that's the way. That's what happens to teenagers. Everybody, they do that, and sometimes people do that to you too. And when they treat you like that, especially when you're disabled, when you're ill and stuff like that, you have to choose whether you want to fight that battle at that moment or not. But I'm totally over it, everybody. And I got 3 girls, and even the dog is female in here. Sparkle Dog was female, but I'm over it. I don't want to be talked to that way. And if they don't like it, that's just too damn bad. If they don't like it, if they want to talk to me that way, then I'm going to call them on it every single time. And every time they want something from me, I'm going to go, what? What do you want? You want something from me? See how they like it. See how they like it when they talk to me like that. See, it's always okay to do to someone else, but no one likes it done to them. And that's where that golden rule comes from, right? It's always, it's great until it happens to you. It's okay if you do it. It's called do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, right? Treat me well, but I'm going to treat you horribly. And I don't believe in that, everybody. I don't believe in that at all. I believe if you want to be treated a certain way, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to fight for that way. And if they don't want to treat you that way, then screw them. If you've got people in your life that are treating you horrible, you might have to cut those people out of your life. Of course, it's hard to cut your kids out and your wife, but you could. If you wanted to. It'd be pretty painful. But if they don't feel like you're a valuable human being enough for you to talk to you with respect, then you got to think about, well, maybe you don't want to be with those people anymore. And that's a tough choice, everybody. That's a tough choice. Big time. So I just call them out on it, and I just say, hey, you crossed the line. Don't do that again. And usually they're fine for a while, and then, they're teenagers, so, they just slide right back into their old habits. And then I have to, call them out on it again. Until such a time in which they either move the hell out or until they stop doing it, which probably the first one's going to happen first. And then they're going to go through a whole bunch of things in their life, like I went through, to learn that lesson. Burn a lot of bridges, treat people horribly. People then don't want to be around you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want anything to be involved with you. And you're wondering why. Why don't people like me? Why don't people like me? That's because you treat them horribly. That's why they don't like you. Because the way you talk to them, the way you treat them, you're not there. They're there for you, but you're not there for them. That's how it goes. So that's the growing up with teenagers. We were talking about this earlier too. I don't want to talk about it as long as we talked about it earlier, but you get the general idea. That's how it goes. And again, when you're really, when you're in my situation, when you're disabled and you're vulnerable and people treat you that way, it's the worst, man. It's the absolute worst. And then you're just like, I don't have the energy to fight right now. I don't have the energy to tell these people to stop treating me that way. But you put up with it for so long, then they think it's okay. And that's when you really got to fight for yourself. You got to fight for your own integrity, right? You got to fight for your own sanity as well. Because you are as you want to be treated. You either fight for it or you don't. If you don't fight for it, people are going to walk all over you. They're going to treat you terribly until they want something. And then all of a sudden they're super nice. Oh, Daddy, oh, I love you. Oh, you're the greatest. Oh. And then when they don't want something, and you're just teaching them that too. When they don't want something and you let them slide on them talking to you like that all the time, then they're just going to keep talking to you like that all the time. Again, and you have to be a strong parent in those moments. Not like strong like yelling at them all the time, but strong like, no, you don't talk to me that way. It's as simple as that. Don't talk to me that way. And consistently, same thing over and over until they get it or until they move out. One or the other. And it's going to happen. And they're going to learn the hard way, just like you did when you were young and you were a teenager and you thought your parents were stupid and you were smarter than everybody else. And then you went out in the world and you realized that you shouldn't treat people that way. Because all the people that you burned your bridges with and you treated that way, they're no longer around because they don't want to be around you. They don't want to listen to you treat them badly or put you down or tell you how wrong you are all the time or what you're doing all the time. I actually asked my dad a long time ago, and I thought I was pretty brave now that I think about it. I actually asked my dad why, and I was a kid at the time, why he divorced his first wife. I'm like, why did you divorce her? And because I have a stepsister too, my dad's first marriage. And it's like she used to correct me all the time. She used to go around and tell him what he was doing wrong all the time. Everything that he did wrong, she would jump on him and tell him how wrong he was, and that's not right, and this is how you do it, and that kind of thing all the time, telling him how wrong he is. You know what? No one wants someone to go around and tell them how wrong they are or tell her how wrong it is. Either way, all the time. I mean, if you make a mistake and you say, look, you're not supposed to do it that way, that's one thing. But if you do it all the time, if you constantly tell someone how wrong they are all the time, then that's a fine line, right? That's a fine line where, maybe the person is making mistakes. It happens. But people don't like it. People don't like to be told how wrong they are all the time. But if they're being rude to you, if they're being sarcastic and they're treating you like you're not important and whatnot, then you got to fight for them to not do that to you, right? And if they don't want to do that, they're going to keep going and going and going on that, and they think it's okay for them to do that to you, they're wrong. They're wrong because what they're saying is they don't value you as a person. And that's something we were talking about earlier, too. And this is something, that I have trouble with my kids. One of my kids, awesome, amazing, great person. Very kind, asks about things ahead of time, usually. Hey, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay I do that? The other two, attitudes, most of the time. And then sometimes I get the attitude from the wife too. But usually because she's having a bad day and the girls are driving her crazy or whatnot. But you got to pick your battles, everybody. You got to pick your battles, what you want to battle against and what you don't, what you have the energy for. Me, I don't have the energy for any of it, but I still don't want to be talked to that way, and I will call them on it every time. Because otherwise, they'll just keep treating you poorly. If people are treating you poorly, you say, no, don't do that. And I feel like that's the most respectful way to do it. Don't do that. Don't treat me poorly. I feel like I'm being treated poorly. And usually when people feel like they're being treated poorly, they're usually right. They're usually right because they feel that way. And it's okay if they feel that way, that they've been treated poorly. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit here. Let's see. So yeah, I get a little bit of that from time to time. And I'll call them on it every time. Welcome back, kids. Yes, that's, I had a little attitude, but my other kids are awesome. We had a fun time. I worked at Starbucks and a parent letting the kid run screaming, and I warned her it's dangerous. And alas, the kid grabbed someone's cup and got burned. Yep. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't watch after your kids. I've saved my kids time and time again from them hurting themselves. Oh, so many times, everybody. So many times. And I keep telling them what happens when you have kids, especially when you have multiple kids, is it escalates, right? Like at first, they'll laugh and they'll giggle and they'll push each other, and then it'll get more and more and more and more intense. And you know what happens as an adult, the more you let that go, it will go until somebody gets hurt. That's usually what happens every single time. And so I try to cull it right away. Okay, don't hurt each other. Look out. Do not hurt each other. Watch out. It's going to escalate to the point where someone's going to get hurt, and someone could get hurt seriously. Like one of my daughters chipped her tooth because they were screwing around, chipped her tooth, and now her tooth is forever chipped as well because it escalated to a point where someone got hurt, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And you don't really know that as a kid. When you're older, you know that usually happens, that if you escalate it too far, it only ends when someone gets hurt. So, you try to cull that as quickly as possible. One thing you never stop doing is respecting my folks and people around me. There you go, John Doe. That's the way to start, man. If you're already doing that at a young age, you're way ahead of me, that's for sure. At young, I was the same way, everybody. I'm the same way as my daughter. I felt like everybody else was unimportant to me. I was the most important person in the world. I'm the smartest person in the world. And I didn't have to treat anybody the way I just treat everybody terribly when I was young. And then a good friend of mine told me I'd be a great guy if I wasn't such an a-hole. The way I treated people, because I treated people like they were unimportant. And I treated people like they were not worth my time. The same thing she's going through right now. And then some of my kids are going through the same thing. And sometimes, like, I'll be talking to them, and my wife does this to me occasionally, too. I think they learned it from my wife, is that I will be talking to them. I'll say, hey, what about this thing? And they will literally stop talking to me and talk to each other in the middle of me talking to them. It's like they go, you're not as important as this person over here. It's like answering the phone. It's like when you're talking to somebody and the phone rings and you answer the phone and you're talking to the person on the phone. Who's ever had that happen? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had that happen, or if you've ever had someone just stop talking to you when you're in the middle of a conversation with them and cut that conversation and talk to somebody else. And they don't even know they're doing it, everybody. They don't know that's a really rude and disrespectful thing that they're doing to you. They're making you feel less important than these other people that are talking to them. And I've had it done to me hundreds of times, everybody. My wife's done it because she doesn't even realize she's doing it. And I've had my kids do it to me, and a lot of people in life do it to me as well. I feel it's like one of the rudest things you could do to other people. But then again, I'm old school. I'm of the old school thing that you don't do that to people. When you're talking to people, you talk to them, you finish your conversation, and then you go to the next conversation. You don't just ignore them when they were talking to you first, right? It's like first come, first serve. The same thing, if I'm talking to somebody and my phone rings, unless it's like my wife or something I feel is important. If I was talking like to somebody in business, I would never answer my phone. If I was talking to somebody in business, I'd say, hey, I'll call them back later. And then I would talk to the person, because that tells this person they're the most important person for me to talk to, right? That's how you show value to other people, is that you value their conversation. You value talking to them over someone else who's trying to jump into the conversation. And this is like a Southern thing, everybody. I feel. I don't know. Maybe it's an everywhere thing. But people love to jump in the middle of your conversations. They like to interrupt you in the middle. They like to do it to you, but they don't like it done to them. It's a very Southern thing, I think. I don't know. It's just something that I've observed. What do you guys think in the chat? People jumping in the middle of your conversations when you're talking to someone, or less valuing you and then talk to somebody else. I've had that happen to me too when I was talking, to friends and whatnot, and they'll switch conversations like that. I don't know. I think that's super rude. I try not to do that to other people, though I'm sure I've done it at least once or twice in my life. But I know what it feels like to be feel less valued when people feel like it's not worth them talking directly to you, or like you're interrupting them or bothering them when you're talking to them. It's really painful. It's really painful and makes you feel less valued when people don't value the conversation that you're having with them. But of course, as a parent, you're also juggling lots of conversations at the same time, usually. But again, it makes you feel very less valued when they treat you like, oh, well, this conversation I'm having with you is not as valuable as this conversation I'm going to have with someone else. I've had that too when I was talking to my wife or whatever, and then she sees somebody that she knows, and then she'll go talk to that person. And then she didn't even talk back to me. She just gets totally distracted with that. That'll make you feel that way too. When someone's, they see somebody they know and then they just like ignore everything that you're saying and they go talk to somebody else. I've had that happen to me as well. I guess since we're on that point, again, it's like valuing the person you're talking to. If you don't have any value talking to that person, then making them feel like they're part of the conversation, that they're important to you when you're talking to them, then that's really disrespectful. Again, I'm old school in that way. There we go. I don't know too much. Yeah, well, there you go, John. At least you treat your parents with respect and you treat others with respect. And that's an old school notion nowadays, everybody. Everybody feels like, it's all about them and they're the most important person and they can just talk to people horribly. Just terribly. They talk to people. They treat them like they're unimportant. They treat them like they're less than them. They don't value the conversation. They don't value being respectful to other people. And that's our rule number one. Be respectful. But, they're going to be who they want to be. If they want to learn the hard way about how terrible it is to be disrespectful to people and how many bridges that they'll burn, sometimes you just got to let them. You try to teach them as many good things as you can that will save them from all the suffering they're going to have later in life and all the mistakes that you've already made, and you know what the end result of those mistakes are, or they won't learn it. They'll just refuse to learn it. And then they'll go out and they'll learn it the same way that you learned it, the hard way. And that's too bad. That's too bad, but that's the rule of raising children. They're going to be who they want to be in the long run, but definitely do not just let people be disrespectful to you. My feeling is respect and manners doesn't cost a thing, so there's no excuse for being disrespectful to others. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Doesn't cost you anything. Exactly. It only costs a little bit of effort. It takes the minimal amount of effort to be respectful to someone else, to value them and to value their conversations and talk to them with respect. But it does take effort. As a level 0 human being, people take 0 effort to do anything. They have no empathy, no caring for other people. They don't make an effort to listen to their conversation. They're just waiting to talk, right? Because there's 2 different types of people when you're having a conversation, if you didn't know. I'm sure a lot of you do. But when you're talking to someone, you can tell very quickly whether they're just waiting to talk or whether they're actually listening to what you're saying. Like a lot of times, people will just tune you out and just wait to say something, right? Whatever they want to say. Or the people will actually engage you in conversation where they're listening to what you say and then say something intelligible back about what you're talking about, right? And they'll value that. They'll value that conversation. And if they don't value that conversation, you'll know right away because they'll just pretend like, oh, yeah, well, you know what I was doing the other day? And they'll just blow off whatever you said. And they'll just not value what you're saying and go on to a different conversation with someone else or someone around you. And they'll just treat you like you're unimportant. And that really is really bad, everybody. And I've had it done to me many, many times. And I just usually let it slide because I just don't have the energy every time. But sometimes I will call people out on it. For making you feel less valuable. Big time. I hope you're doing well. Doing good. Doing good. Hey, Notorious CDK, what up? Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Well, we're doing well now that you're here, Notorious CDK. What up? We appreciate you. There you go. Yes, check yourself. Exactly. Again, as I say all the time, to your own self be true, everybody. If you feel like you're being mistreated, then there ain't no one going to stop that mistreatment unless you take the effort to say, look, don't treat me this way. I don't want to be treated this way. Don't talk to me this way. I don't deserve it. I haven't done anything to you. I was being nice to you. I'm a nice person. I try to do nice things. But treating people with low value, and I used to have that problem too, because I was young, I was successful, I was super smart, according to everybody else. I don't really think so myself, but, and I had a career and I was really well off. I was, I had enough money to do whatever I wanted to do. When I was young, because I earned it, everybody. It wasn't given to me, that's for sure. I earned every penny of that stuff, working all the time. And when you're around people who don't value you, you got to watch out, because the more you let them get away with it, the more they devalue you, the more they think it's okay to treat you poorly. And this is something I have for every minute of every day since my kids were born. That has been rule number one, and really it's been before that too, is respect, especially respect for their mother. And sometimes they'll talk to their mother the wrong way, and I'll call them on that too. And then, my wife will be like, they're not going to sleep on time. They're not doing their stuff. They're not keeping their room clean. And then, she gets to the point where she's just tired. She just doesn't want to deal with it. She just doesn't want to, you moms out there know what I'm talking about. You're exhausted. You have a whole day full of stuff. You've been running your kids around all day long. And they've been doing nothing but being disrespectful to you all day and rude and not appreciating all the hard things that you've been doing for them all day long. You've been cooking them food. You've been making their lunch. You've been taking them to here, there, and everywhere. And they just, because they're young, they don't understand how huge that is of just someone really putting a lot of effort into helping you for nothing in return, right? That's a rare thing in life, everybody. You usually only get that from your family. Very rarely will you get that from some random person or stranger or friend or even a loved one, a spouse later on. Will they do stuff for you for no return on their investment? And especially they're not going to do it for 18 years. That's for sure. They're definitely not going to do stuff for you for nothing in return for a long period of time. Only your parents or your significant other, maybe, or your grandparents, whoever raised you or whatever, did a whole lot of stuff for you for no reward. You get zero rewards with your kids. The only thing you get is, hey, daddy, oh, daddy's home, daddy's home. You get that. You might get a hug here and there. You might get a thank you once in a while. But that's it. That's what you get. That's what you've earned. 20 years of hard work. You earned a thank you once or twice along the way. That's a huge investment for very little return. But if you're doing it for a return, you're not going to get it, everybody. It's like doing streaming. At least I think so. This will never pay for itself, I think, because I'm not a young kid. I can't sit here and do this for 20 hours a day every single day. There's no way. There's no way I could do that. I would die. I would die on the stream if I were to do it every day, all day. I do stream every day, but just not all day. There's just I get to a point where I can't breathe. I have to go lay down. I get to a point where I'm too dizzy. I got to lay down. I'm not 25 anymore. I have to face that reality that I can do the best I can do. So there you go. So yeah, talking a little IRL. We got all wrapped up in it last time, and then I thought I'd finish it off when we come back here. All right, now it's time for some Hogwarts Legacy, everybody. Let's play some games. Let's go. I kind of like this. So, this might be a little format I might start doing. Do a little IRL talking at the beginning of the stream, and then play some games. I don't know. I kind of like it. A little stream therapy, everybody. Let me vent here on stream. Let's go. You look 25. That's called good lighting. That's called good lighting right there. Thank you very much. I wish I was 25. I wish I could go back and tell not my 25-year-old self. My 25-year-old self kind of snapped out of it. By the time I met my wife, I kind of snapped out of that, being so self-involved. Luckily, very luckily, or I probably would have never asked her out. I probably would have, if I was still the person I was at 20 years old, I probably would have never asked her out because I would have been so self-involved and busy working and doing all of that stuff. But that was really a wake-up call for me. That was a really wake-up call. Look, this is how you're treating people. You treat them like they're unimportant, like they're lower than you, like they're, not as smart as you or not as valuable as you are. And I never knew I even did that, everybody. It's not like I did it on purpose, that people are doing that on purpose to you. Like a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll misinterpret stuff and they feel like you're doing stuff to them on purpose when you're not even thinking of them, everybody. You're not even thinking of them or what they're doing, or you're not even involved in what they're doing. I know some people who do that, who still do that, even as an adult, who everything that you say somehow becomes about them. It's like they all get wrapped up and you say, well, the sky is blue. Well, I don't like it when the sky is blue. I don't know what you're talking about. The sky is blue. I don't like it. I don't know what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you say. They always turn it around and make it about them. And those are hard people to talk to, everybody, because you know that no matter what you say, they're all going to make it a negative thing. And that's the problem with negative people too, is that they get all involved in that negativity, and it doesn't matter. They take everything you do and turn it around into a negative thing. You could go and, buy them a new car and they're like, well, this isn't the car I wanted. Which is funny because one Christmas I actually said that, which is really funny. A long time ago when I was like 6 years old, everybody. I was like 6 years old and all I wanted was this one thing. I don't ask for much, everybody, in my life, especially when I was a kid, maybe a Lego set or something like that. Not like my brother. My brother wanted everything under the sun. And he usually got it too. He got like tons of stuff and I got Legos and, some little stuff and whatnot. And my parents, would buy me the real nice Legos, the big ones, the big set. So it'd be one big set of Legos, which is a lot in those days anyway. So big love to them for that. But they will turn it around and make it all about them all the time. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. There you go. I'm 38 now. Trust me, when I was younger, I wasn't a saint by any means. Yeah, I ran around with all the bad peeps, everybody. I mean, the people that you talk to them with disrespect, they won't say one word. They'll punch you right in the throat or stab you. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is not a fantasy thing I'm talking about. I'm talking, these people are dangerous. The reason why I hung around them is so they weren't against me. See how that worked? Now, I didn't do any of that crazy stuff, though I've been in a bunch of fights, only because they got into a fight. And when your buddies get in a fight, you better jump in. That's how it was in the old school day. Because if you don't, then those buddies will turn on you later. So yeah, that's old school there, everybody. That's way back old school. So very true. Exactly. So very true. In there. I don't know. I get up on these side rants all the time, everybody. Let's see. Good to hear it. Towards CDK. Going well. Good to see it. Yes. Yes. Please and thank yous at an early age. That's something we've done with our kids as well. Please and thank yous. And then when they stray off path, I call them on it. See, now the sucky thing about being the dad, everybody, the sucky thing about being the dad is you get the short end of the stick. Just know that, fathers, that you're going to get the short end of the stick. Great example. Kid's a valedictorian. They're up there giving their valedictorian speech. Thanks, Mom. Dad gets no love there. And then, you got to, they want to hang out with Mom. They do all the stuff. And then a lot of times you feel like, you don't get any credit. You don't get any credit. You don't get any thing for it. All that kind of stuff can easily happen as the father. But you just got to accept that. You got to just take it. You got to take one for the team, fathers. That's just how it's going to be. You're going to get the short end of that stick. But again, when they're young, that's the best time. Because that's when they love their daddy. And they treat their daddy well. And they're like, oh, daddy's home. Let's go play, daddy. Let's go do, tea sets and all that fun stuff when you're young with your kids. But as they get older, they get an attitude. And since I'm like the disciplinarian, clean your room and, take a bath and, go take a shower and do the thing, because my wife's just given up. My wife's just like, screw it. I'm too tired. I don't want to do it and whatnot. So I've got to go in and do it. And I hate doing that, everybody. I hated it when it was done to me. But I know why my parents did it now. And that's the difference. See, when you're a kid, it's very different. You don't know why. You think, oh, well, my parents are just trying to be mean to me. No, your parents are trying to teach you to be self-reliant so you can rely on yourself when you get older. because they're not going to be around forever. And neither am I. I'm not going to be around forever. And so they need to learn, just like you taught them how to tie their shoes and how to put on their clothes and how to use the bathroom and how to brush their teeth and all of those things. The same thing with self-reliance. They need to learn to manage themselves. And I'm talking about managing their room, take care of their clothes, do their homework, all of those things. Those are the reasons why your parents, if you had good parents, are telling you to do those things, because that's how they learned as well. Now, I lived in the age where your parents go outside and play. They never once told me to do my homework, never once went to school and saw how I was doing. They were all wrapped up in their own stuff, everybody. That's the old school way, but that's the way it was in my day in the 70s, where, your parents were like, you go to school and you go do your thing, and then, whatever, go do your thing. That kind of how it was. They'd be handing out $100 bills at my school, everybody. My parents wouldn't show up in those days, or none of the parents would show up. Not just my parents, by the way. That's just the way it was with all parents. Some of you from the 70s know what I'm talking about. Now, it was great because you had all this freedom to run the wild in the streets, but the problem is that you had no discipline. You didn't learn how to manage yourself. You didn't learn about mortgages. You didn't learn about money. You didn't learn about all of these things that you have to learn about. And of course, the birds and the bees and all of those things, as well as how to, manage yourself for success later in life. And that's something I try to work on all the time, even though you get a lot of pushback from your kids, and your kids are like, dang, I don't want to clean my room. I don't want to do the thing. You got to stay diligent out there, parents. Sorry. I just hit that guy. You got to stay diligent out there and just do it for their own good. And either they'll learn it or they'll learn it the hard way. They'll go out, they'll get their own apartment, move out, get a job. Their house will be a bunch of trash on the floor all the time. They'll have food everywhere. And then they'll have ants, they'll have cockroaches, they'll have spiders in there. In their clothes, on their stuff, and whatnot. And this is something that happened since my kids are little. They would sneak food in their room, and then all of a sudden we'd see a trail of ants going into their room. This is something I've talked about many times with them. Don't bring food in your room, and you won't end up with ants in there. But, that's another thing that you try to teach your kids. And there's a reason why you don't do that. And you don't drop the food on the floor, and you don't leave wrappers on the floor, and all of that stuff. But once they get past the age of like 13, they become resistant to learning, which is tough because, they're going through that whole period of their life where they're trying to figure out who they are. And they're going through a lot of emotions, and, they're going through a lot of stuff in their life that they're not really ready for. They're not prepared for, because that's always a tough time. You might be ostracized in school. The people that you want to be around don't want to be around you in school. You have that whole social aspect of going to school and whatnot. And then, of course, the pressure of, getting your homework done and doing all of those things. And see, your kids feel like, they're the first person going through that. Like they're the first person who ever went through, having a tough time in life. Because that's how it feels when you're young. It feels like you're the only one. Like you're the only one to ever have to, deal with bullies. You're the only one to ever have to deal with the pressure of doing your homework or the pressure of doing your stuff. What they don't realize is that pressure only gets worse. That it gets more intense. It gets more intense when you're in college, and then especially when you're on your own. When you're 20 plus years old and you move out of your parents' house, that's when it really accelerates. Now, it's all on you, and you got nobody to back you up. Because if your parents aren't around anymore, that's it. It's just you. And there's a lot of people right now sleeping in tents on the sidewalk because of those kind of issues. They have no one to rely on. They have no one to fall back on to help them in the time in which they need. And they're living on the streets. Or they might have made bad choices, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, or maybe just some bad things happened in their life. Not everybody is a drug addict, by the way, I've found. Who is on the streets. Sometimes it's just bad luck. Sometimes it's just bad things happen. Sometimes they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to give them a leg up, right, in life. And so they haven't had that privilege of having people. Now, also, there's people who were born to incredibly wealthy families, had everything they ever wanted in their lifetime, and never appreciated those things. and then felt like the whole world owes them something, and then fell into that problem when they realized that the world doesn't owe them nothing. The world owes you exactly zero. It owes you a whole lot of nothing. And that's what you're going to get from it, too. You got to earn your way or you will fail. And failing is very painful. But failing is also part of your success. When you fail at something, hopefully you learn your lesson. Not everybody does. But if you fail at something like a relationship, or you fail at your job, or you fail at everything, don't beat yourself up too hard. I mean, learn your lessons, why it went that way. Was it your mistake? Was it someone else's mistake? Whatever it was, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail in life. You're going to. There's just no getting around to it. It's like breathing. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. You're going to do the wrong thing. You're going to get with the wrong person. You're going to have all of these problems along the way that you have no control over, because you don't really have control over everything that you're doing. There's a lot of external factors that are happening. But the important thing to remember is that it's okay to fail. Failure is part of that success. Great example. In my case, I am trying to lose weight. But sometimes my kids want to go out for ice cream. And I like taking them out for ice cream. I think it's pretty fun. We all go out for ice cream. Second everybody gets ice cream, everybody's happy for at least 5 minutes. No attitudes. No, oh, daddy, I don't have time to talk to you, or I'm too busy, or whatever. It's, hey, we got ice cream. We're all happy for a moment. And I love doing that kind of stuff. Not that I can afford doing that kind of stuff, but I love doing that kind of stuff where you go and do stuff with them and they have a good time. Those are my favorite things in life, and so on. But it's difficult for me to do those things with my disability. So it's quite a giant challenge to overcome that, especially when I can't breathe. That's really bad. But being dizzy and stuff like that. So it's a challenge to overcome every single time. Okay, how am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to be able to pay for this thing? How am I going to be able to go from here, there, and everywhere? I have trouble driving in the car now. Ever since I had that problem where I couldn't breathe when I went to go pick up my daughter, I had to go to the emergency room a couple times, by the way. I've had problem now in the car. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm now afraid I'm going to have like a heart attack in the car, so it's like anxiety, or if it actually is a breathing problem. And see, the scary thing about doctors is that the doctors say, oh, well, it's this problem. This is what it is. And then later on, they're like, oh, sorry, it wasn't that. It was this other thing. The only way they know that is if the first thing they tried didn't work. So it's like they're experimenting on whether that thing works or not. And they do the same thing with drugs all the time. Oh, here, try these drugs. Oh, those drugs aren't working. Here, try these other drugs. We're like, whoa, wait a minute, bro. Isn't this your job? Isn't this what you do? Shouldn't you know which ones I need, right? You have 31 hours in Hogwarts? Oh, look at you go. Look at you go, little Mac. I told you, bro. I'm 172 hours in right now. I'm just doing my pets while I'm talking to you guys. Yes, forever young. I wish that was true. Actually, my wife still looks 25, by the way, D. Holt. She's very smart. She used all those, creams and things like that to keep you looking young. Beautiful as she ever was, everybody. Still young and beautiful. She doesn't think so, though, because, everybody is the biggest critic of themselves, if you ever think about it. But believe me, she could look a lot older. She could look way older, everybody. Some people at 30 look like they're 70. So she doesn't realize that she got the luck. She lucked out big time. And of course, she took care of herself, so that helped as well. Me, I'm an old, worn out man. I've been through some stuff, everybody. I've been dodging the Reaper for years here. It's a miracle I'm still alive at this point. I think. Nobody else believes me, but then again, they didn't have to go through what I had to go through, did they? So how would they know? How could they empathize with you if you have a problem if they've never had that problem? They don't know what to do. They don't know how to empathize with you because they haven't had it where they couldn't move, where they couldn't walk. Like one of my daughters injured her ankle, so now she knows what that's like. She did it many years ago, and she knows what it's like to walk around in crutches and be injured. Now she's got that, she's gained that perspective in life to know what it's like to be injured and to be partially disabled, where you have to, use crutches and get around. She's all better now, by the way. All better now from that. That was many years ago when she was way younger. And I went and picked her up at school all the time. And I had my convertible so she could put her things in the back and just get in the car and whatnot. Did that many, many years ago. But she has a perspective on it now. And until you're like disabled like me, they're never going to have a perspective on it. They won't know how incredibly huge of a challenge it is for me to get out of the bed every day. Then neither will all of you, unless you have that kind of condition. So the best you can do is have a little empathy if you know what it's like to suffer. But if you don't know what it's like to suffer, you have no frame of reference. You have no perspective. You have no experience in that thing. And I wouldn't want anybody to ever have what I have, because this is the worst. I mean, it could be much worse. I could be paralyzed. I could be have cancer or something like that. I mean, it could be always worse, but this is a terrible suffering, everybody. I would not wish it on anybody, even the worst, terrible, mustache-twirling, evil person in the world. I would never wish it on them, ever, because that's tough. That's a tough one. You're calling me old, but surely mean no disrespect. Oh, sir and ma'am, and they think they're calling them old. What you do is you just say, no, my parents taught me right. That's the answer to that question. When someone says you're making me treat me like old, say, no, my parents taught me right to treat people with respect. Just say that to them. They'll love you for the rest of your life. I'm telling you the secret right now. There you go. That's true. It's tough. It's tough. Amen, says D-Hole in the chat. You know what I'm talking about. Again, everybody, it's a struggle every day, but it's a struggle worth doing, because the other alternative is to die, is to give up. And I'm not that way. Despite my struggles, I continue on anyway, and I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, don't you? You know what I'm talking about, getting up every day, doing the best you can do, going to work, struggling, maybe even not for yourself, maybe just for your family, so your family's got food, your family stuff. I haven't really bought stuff for myself in a really long time. I buy stuff for the stream, but that's not really for me. That's for doing my job better. But very rarely do I buy stuff for myself. Like, I have like four shorts. I have like 5 shirts. Some of my shirts are, these are like stream shirts, everybody. I bought these for the stream. But shirts that I actually wear, some of my shirts are so thin because they're 15 years old. I don't buy stuff for myself because I don't have the money, number one, because that means that my kids don't get food, or my kids don't get clothes, or my kids don't get stuff. You might notice that your parents, like my parents, you know, my dad wore stuff that was that's older than me, stuff that's 40 years old, 50 years old, older than I am now. Not even when I was young. Shirts he's had for 50 years because he just doesn't spend money on that. You know what he's spending money on? He spent money on the lights, and he was spending money on the water and the power and all of that stuff. He was spending money on that to keep the family going. Because my family was not very wealthy, everybody. They started off super poor when I was young. Holy mackerel, they were super poor then. But they did do a little better later in life when they both started working and doing whatnot. When I got older, they both worked at the same time. And then did a little better then. And then, you know, had a decent, you know, because that was way in the 70s, 80s, and 90s before everything became so incredibly expensive now, everybody. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how anybody or how my kids are going to survive when every single house is $1 million. You know, it's just crazy. At least where I grew up. Where I grew up in California, everybody, those houses were $10,000 when I was a kid. $20,000 in the 70s and 80s, and now they're $1 million. I can tell you that the rate at which people are earning money and the value of houses is not is not equal, right? In those days, you could earn enough money to put $1,000 down on a $10,000 house. Now you have to put $100,000 down on $1 million house. Right? So the value of how much money you're making versus the cost of housing is just nuts, everybody. Just absolutely insane. And the same thing with food right now. Food, and it's outlandish how much it is. And the real thing, if you don't know this, they actually throw away tons and tons of food. They throw away food like it's nothing. And the reason why they do that is so that the prices of food don't go down. If you didn't know that, you could look that up on the internet, everybody. That's not a conspiracy theory, by the way. Don't look it up on the conspiracy theory sites. Look it up on the real sites where they really tell you about it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, everybody. I just know the truth. It's called undercutting their crops. They undercut their crops, so they cut back the supply. Oh, ouch. Yes. Ow. That sounds incredibly painful, John Doe. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. 5 months. Ouch. That's a long time to be in a wheelchair. That's tough, man. But you did learn perspective on that, didn't you? You learned about the dangers of how fragile human beings are, right? Human beings are not as strong as you think. You can get cut by a piece of paper. Very fragile things. Of course, when you're young, you think you're invisible. I know I did. I jumped from rooftop to rooftop all the time. Never even thought about dying, not once. Never even crossed my mind, as a matter of fact, when I was young. Because, you think you're going to live forever. And my friend of mine died right in front of me. He was, I think he was 15 at the time. Died right in front of me. Fell off the back of the truck. I think I've told this before on the stream. He was drugged out of his mind. He was drinking alcohol. He was doing stupid stuff because, I ran around with all the stupid people when I was young, all the crazies. Fell right out of the back truck, twisted his neck, and died right there, right in the middle of the street. Yeah, the tailgate was open. Fell right off the back. Boom. Because the person took off too fast. He fell off and died. Yep. And that's why most likely why they don't let people in the back of trucks anymore. Because you can die so easily doing that. Yes, 1,000 an acre. Holy mackerel, what a deal. That is a deal, bro. 1,000 an acre is really good. Imagine how much that would cost now. Holy mackerel. Yeah. But that's the one thing about real estate, everybody. Most of the time, real estate is just constantly going up. Until, they do too many bad loans, which they did back in the day. A really great movie on that. What's the name of that thing? The Big Short, I think it's called. They talk about the housing market and how they were just, being scumbags and doing these really bad loans. And then, margin call, where they called in all those loans. Basically, all the people lost their homes because it was variable interest rate. So the interest rate went from, 10% or whatever. Then it goes up to 25%, and then your mortgage is doubled. So say you're paying $800, now you're paying $1,600. And you probably could only barely afford the $800 to start with. And now you're paying $1,600 because the variable mortgages went up past the roof. And that's the problem with variable mortgages, everybody. And that's what I'm telling you now. So if you do go get a house in the future, do not get a variable mortgage. You get a locked in one, even if you have to pay a little higher of the interest, right? You get a variable one and they're trying to start you at 9%, or you can get a 10% one. Of course, 6% would be even better, or 3% even better. But if you're going to go for one of these, high risk loans, make sure it's a locked in loan. Now, the only drawback of doing that is there's a whole bunch of scumbag companies out there that buy up all these loans, and then they buy up the loan, and then they make you get one of those loans. Because now you're already stuck because you already got the house, and they buy up the loans from someone else, and then they scumbag you on that loan because they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you living in your house. They don't care about how you're doing. All they care about, you're just an unnamed person somewhere in a computer to them. And they just want to make that money. I was actually going to try to go to the one on top. I'm just talking while I'm running around collecting my resources, by the way. So yeah, they don't care about you. And that's the problem with people, is they don't care about other people. There's a lot of people like that, everybody. And they're not all lawyers and doctors. They're not all those type of peeps. But there's a lot of them out there, so look out. Insurance companies, they don't care. Remember, everybody, it's to their advantage if they screw you over. Keep that in mind. Big time. This guy, oh, he's eating. I try to get all of them before they eat because they usually walk over here and eat. And then I don't have to do as much work. But some of them, oh, look at that one. Fooper's a special one there. As well. So talking a little IRL stuff before we get really deep into it here. Sometimes I come in here and I chat it up. It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. And so I will. I don't answer to nobody. I do what I want, everybody, because I don't know how many days I got left. So You spend your whole life doing what everybody else wants you to do, or you can spend your precious minutes doing what you want to do. People telling you how you should be or what you should be doing or all of that stuff, and then treating you horribly on top of that. I wouldn't waste your minutes doing that. That's for sure. Too many minutes wasted. Boom! Look at all those resources. Nice. Hey, Raz, what's up? 67 months of sub love. That's a whole lot. Animals. There you go. Well, that was very kind of you, John Doe. That was very kind of you to not ruin their Hawaii trip. Thank you. Well, that was forever ago. That was 40 years ago. 40 years ago, but it's a good lesson in life, everybody. Because when you see someone else die from doing stupid stuff, you might think, probably don't want to do drugs and overdo it on alcohol, right? Probably not a good path for me because I'm going to end up that dead guy in the road. So it probably helped me from a lot of suffering if I think about it. But it's also tragic to lose your friend, everybody. That's a rough one. And there's like nothing you can do to stop it. Because you can't just make people stop taking drugs. You can't just make people stop drinking alcohol. They want you to be addicted to it. That's why they made it. That's why they continue to produce it. And so you get addicted to it and they get your money. So you spend all of your time making money so you can give it to them so you can feel good for 5 or 10 seconds or however long that, whatever that thing is you're abusing yourself with. You feel a little good and you give them all your money. You spent, and what you did is you traded your time for those few seconds of feeling good. And that is where it really goes wrong. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I don't do all that. Not that I'm better than everybody else or that I'm big, high, and mighty, everybody. If that's your choice, it's your life. They're your life choices. You do whatever. But I don't do it because I know where drugs lead to. They lead to despair. They lead to death. That's where they lead. How do I know? I've watched way too many people do that. Not only in my life, but in the movies and stars. I mean, you can think of 15 examples right now of the people who have died from too much alcohol, too much drugs, right? River Phoenix, John Candy, John Belushi. Who's the other one? The other one that's like Jim Belushi. Really super funny guy. He's actually one of my favorite skits ever. He's like, you're going to live in the van down by the river. What's his name? Chris Farley. Everybody falls into that same trap because what they're trying to do, those drug dealers, trying to trap you. They're trying to trap you in the mousetrap, everybody. And they get a lot of people. And then those people are like, I don't have a problem. And that's what they want you to say. And they want you to keep coming back to them again and again and again. So they make lots of money and you are feeling good, but then you got to go back to work, or then you might start losing your morals a little bit. Your morals might become a little bit more ambiguous. Like, well, it's not okay to steal unless I need some drugs. Then it's okay if I steal. But most of the time it's not okay, but only when I need to have some drugs. And then eventually you just forget about your morals and you just do whatever you need to do. Right? That's how people spiral into that problem. And most people know what's right and know what's wrong. Most people do. You know it from when you're a baby, from when you're a kid. And really your environment that you grow up in quite influences you. Now, some people are evil. They have no right and wrong built in. And we call them psychopaths. They have no feeling, no emotion, no caring for other human beings. They don't care about those people. And I've known those people. Those are the people that will stab you for being in their block. Those are the people that will kill you if you talk to them the wrong way, without even saying a word, without talking to you about it or telling you anything. They will just kill you. If you've never been across those people in the world, everybody, you are very lucky. You are very lucky because they're out there and they look just like normal people. Not trying to scare you, just telling you. Kids have been through some stuff. You know what I mean. I met some scary people. Who in the chat has ever met someone like that who you know would just has no boundaries, has absolutely no boundaries at all? Put a one in the chat if you know somebody who's like that, who just has zero boundaries at all. Very scary. Many times. Oh yeah, many times. You know those people. All right, let's get out of the chatting zone here. And I'm just in my room requirement collecting a bunch of stuff, so I thought I'd chat it up while I'm doing that. I always love to chat, talk to the chat. Whenever I'm doing, like, redundant stuff that's repetitious and whatnot. I was doing there, doing potions and doing all of that. Okay, now it's time to get out here to have some fun. Now remember, I just tell you from my point of view. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. They're your life choices, whatever you want to do. It's your job to take care of yourself. And make your life choices. You want to let people treat you like trash? Hey, it's your life. You go ahead. You want people to, talk to you with disrespect and treat you like you're not valuable or important enough to them? Then that's up to you. It's a tough one because, you might really love that person and that person is treating you horrible. But you don't want to say anything because they might leave you or they might, get upset. And then you don't want to fight with them. You just want to, be cool. But then again, they're treating you horrible. So it's not cool. And, you get caught in that catch-22, right? And I feel like the most painful thing in life is to love someone who doesn't love you. And believe me, of all the things in life, and I can tell you, everybody, I know what pain is. I mean, like physical pain. I had gallbladder pain for years. The type of pain, and if you've never had this happen to you, everybody, who in the chat, put a 2 in the chat, if you've ever passed out from pain. I can tell you I've done it hundreds of times because I was young and I was stubborn and I didn't want to have my gallbladder out. And I thought, well, I'll go take this medicine and that'll make it better. And it wasn't making it that much better. I mean, it would be every other day instead of every day. And I know what excruciating pain is. In fact, when I hurt myself now, if I cut myself, like, I hit myself on something and I cut myself or whatever, nothing. It's nothing. It's like, oh, I cut myself. And it'll sting and I'll go back, eh. But, man, if you know real incredible pain, everybody, then all the rest of that stuff's nothing. But even that is nothing to feeling like someone else doesn't love you. It is the most incredible pain when somebody dumps you or you find out they did you wrong, they're sleeping with somebody else or whatever it is. I'm sure you've all had at least one of those experiences or more than one. Big time. Kidney stone. Oh, man. Yes. Oh, that's the worst, man. There we go. That's right. It's always up to you. You have to make the choice. And again, everybody, I ain't no saint. Just so you know. Kids have been around the block, if you know what I mean. I've done some crazy things. Not illegal things, not mean things, not hateful things. But, I've treated people poorly when I was young. And I've gone in and did what we call burning in those days. What do you call it now? Putting them down. That's what you call it now. But in those days, I'd go around and say, hey, man, what's up with those pants? You got a flood coming in? And all my friends would laugh and da-da-da-da-da. And you make fun of all the geeks. You make fun of all the peeps, right? I was like a surfer geek. I was a little bit into computers and stuff like that, and architecture and all of that stuff. But also, I knew all the football stars. I knew all the other people. I kept everybody on my side, just like I do in Fallout, everybody. I get all the factions on my side, because like high school's training for playing Fallout 4. You get all the factions on your side, and then you have nobody against you. So you have everybody on your side, and you're good, right? And you find out what each faction wants, right? Like this faction, the sports stars, they need somebody to help them with their homework. Or they need someone to help them, with this, that, or the other thing. Or they need to talk to this other guy, and you be the in-between person to talk to the other guys. Usually what I was. I didn't help anybody do their homework. But I was usually the guy that, hey, Kismet, you know this guy over here? We need to do this thing and do this thing for football or whatever. So, oh, yeah, I know that guy. Let me go talk to him. I'll bring him over. And then we bring that guy over and he helps them do whatever they wanted to do or whatever. I'm that guy. I'm that guy who's the in-between guy. I knew the people in the chess club. I knew the people who did art and all entertainment, who wanted to be in the drama club. I knew all the stoners who hang out by the bridge. There's a little bridge right there. They would always hang out that little bridge, everybody. And they were stoned out of their mind 24/7, all the time. They were wasted. I knew all the peeps in baseball, all the peeps in football. I knew all of those peeps. I knew all the geeks, all the programmers, all the computer geeks. I knew all of them. I knew all the smartest people in the school. All the AP people, right? The super geniuses. I knew all of them too. And it was my job to negotiate all of the jocks to stop beating up on all the super geeky kids. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But they appreciated the effort. And see, that's how you get on the good side of all the geeks, is they just tired of being bullied by all the people who have, low self-esteem. And I'm like, it's not worth your time to beat up on them. Just leave them alone. They're just going to be over there doing their thing. So don't just leave them alone. You got better things to be doing with your time anyway. Hey, don't you have to go to the football game? Oh, yeah, I do. I got to get over to the football game. See, that's how you get them, everybody. That's how you get them. You think around them. Right there. Yeah, you felt like you're going to pass away? Yes, exactly. That's how I felt with my gallbladder pain. That's how I feel with this breathing right now, everybody. With this breathing problem. I feel like they're telling me it's one thing, and then I'm going to find out that my heart's starting to give away, or my lungs are starting to give out, or something like that. Or it could be just the pressure I'm putting under myself. A lot of anxiety of, God, I don't have enough money to make this one wave thing happen. We're coming down to the deadline. We got 15 days to raise these funds. That kind of thing is bad too. And again, I've been streaming every single day as much as I can, really pushing myself to try to make this a thing. And I did the same thing when I, raised funds for TwitchCon. I streamed for 600 hours, everybody. 600 hours. If that's $1 an hour, I made 600 bucks, which I didn't make anything. All of that went to my mods, because, they helped me out in the chat all year long. And then I thought, well, I'll do something kind for them when we go to TwitchCon. I'll take them along with me. And I started that trend, by the way. I started it. And then I think it was Code Carnage did it the next year. He brought his mods the next year. And then the next year, everybody came to me and said, oh, what a brilliant idea. You brought your mods. I said, yeah, I got my peeps to back me up. We're going to have a good time here at TwitchCon. They're going to run around with me. We're going to give out tons of loot or whatever. And they're like, I'm doing that next year. And then on the third year, everybody was bringing their mods. Everybody was. So not only can my mods thank me, but everybody else's mods can thank me. You're welcome. And by the way, it actually got to a point where even sponsors were sponsoring, like, what was it? Coors Light. Coors Light was sponsoring streamers to bring their mods to TwitchCon in the third year. So you can thank me for that one too. Now, of course, I didn't contact Coors Light about it. It just magically happened because somebody saw that, everybody else was doing it at that point. So all of those mods can thank me as well. Yes, for starting that trend. Again, nobody else was doing it. I did it first, of all the peeps. And they were caught on after a couple years. Oh, sorry to hear that, Raz. Sorry to hear that. But we love you in here, Raz. Big love here in the channel. Everybody show Raz some love in the chat, everybody. Again, that's a tough one to lose a parent. My dad passed away many years ago. My dad lived a long, good life, everybody. He took care of his family for a very long time. And then he refused to go to doctors. As most of us do at some point, because, doctors have failed us at some point, and lived into his 80s. He lived a long time. I'm lucky if I get to my 80s. I'm lucky I made it out of my 40s, everybody. I was not going to make it. Not only for the fact that I was sick, but also for the fact that did I want to keep living? Again, that's probably the biggest choice you're going to make when you get disabled, when you get to a point where you're just so ill that you don't know that life is worth living anymore, right? Again, I'm going to tell you about some heavy subjects sometimes in here, everybody. Sorry. And again, you have to make that decision. I never give up. I think it would be a terrible thing to give up and then realize that you could have overcome it, right? I feel like that's the toughest thing. or at least got more time. Because at the end of your life, you won't say, "Man, I sure wish I had less time in my life. I wish I'd died earlier." At least I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, "I wish I had more time." Right? To watch your grandkids grow up, to watch what happens in the world, to watch what new technology comes along, all the experiences that you haven't had yet that you want to go out and have. Now, that's why I'm doing this One Last Wave project now, because I can tell you, I don't know how much time I got left, but I know even if I do have 20 years left, when you hit 50, 60, everybody, your health starts to decline because the machine that is your body, that holds your soul, at least they think it does, that holds your, as I like to call it, your life recorder, aka your soul, that's going to record everything you do in your life, all the good things and all the bad things. And you take that with you when you go. You're going to take all the love and wonderful things. And then also, if you did a lot of bad things, it's going to take that with you as well, however you believe in your life. And I believe there's one thing that you're going to answer for. The one question that you're going to be asked when you are gone by whatever it is you believe. And that is how you treated other people. How did you treat other people? And that'll be the determining factor, I think, because that's the ultimate question. The ultimate question is, how did you treat people? And then if you did more good than harm, then I feel like you're going to be better off, right? Or you just die and that's it. You get your energy gets recycled into the world, and then more people are born, and it goes on and on and on. Who knows what happens, everybody? Only the dead peeps. Only the dead peeps know. And I don't want to learn too soon. I would rather learn way long time from now what the answer to that question is. 23, 88. Holy mackerel, what a good run. Milliam, what a good run. 88. Wow. Of course, you wish they could live forever, don't you? You wish your grandparents and whatnot could live for forever. But hopefully, what you do, just like your pets, everybody, every day, I would go down and I'd say hi to Sparkle, and I would pet Sparkle, and I'd tell Sparkle how much I love Sparkle, my dog, my corgi, that I got for my oldest daughter. Now, the funny thing is, my oldest daughter didn't feed the dog, didn't play with the dog all that much when she got older. You know, you get a teenager or whatnot, they're busy doing their teenager stuff. But I told her all the time, I said, you better love on that dog. Dogs don't last forever. They only live for so long. And so you should love on the dog every day so you don't regret it later on how you treated people when they're gone. So you can't take it back. You can't take it back after they're gone. You get no closure after they're gone. So now's the time to get that closure so that you don't wait too long. And anybody can die at any time, at any age. That's the reality of life. At any time. This could be my last stream. I could go to sleep. That would suck, though. Wouldn't that suck, everybody? I do 6-8 months worth of work toward this thing, and I die on like the 14th of June. That wouldn't be too far from my life, everybody. That would be pretty much how it would go. And I would tell my parents, that you love them. I would tell my grandparents that you love them. Tell your pets that you love them. Tell all the people in your life that you appreciate them and love them every day. I do it with my kids every day, and they hate it. They hate the fact that I come in there and say, "Oh, I love you," and I love it on them every single day. Because kids, when they get older, they don't like it. They don't like it when your parents come and love on you, appreciate you. But that's something I do, not just for them, which I try to do for them, but I also do it for me. Because if I feel like I didn't do that and I spent my whole life just working and doing other things and didn't appreciate them every day, how lucky it is to have them and for me to be alive, then I would feel bad. I would feel bad when my time was done. So yes. So I don't feel bad about Sparkle passing away because I did love on the dog every single day. Saw how she was doing, checked on her, played with her, see how she's doing, make sure she got food and water and all of that stuff. And my wife ended up taking care of the dog, but I bought it for my daughter so she could learn to take care of the dog. But my wife kind of spawned with the dog, if you know what I mean. She got the dog for my daughter, but then made it her dog. Sometimes parents do that, everybody. And my wife wanted to name the dog. And I said, no, you don't get to name the dog. It is her dog. She names the dog. And the reason why I did that is so I thought she would bond with the dog because she gave it her name, Sparkle Dog. Sparkle Nose, actually, is their name. That's her middle name, Nose, because her nose sparkled. And that's why she called her Sparkle Nose. And so we just called her Sparkle for short. And then so it became her dog. But some people are just not dog people. I don't know. I don't know. It's a little scary when your kids don't bond with dogs, and they don't bond with animals. Like, it's a little red flag, a little scary. When a 5-year-old doesn't get excited about a puppy, and that's the way my oldest daughter was. And she comes in, she pets the dog, she's hello puppy, and then on to her thing. She doesn't understand about love. And about how people feel valued when you love on them. It's hard to explain. It's a hard thing to explain when you, especially with pets and things like that. You know the difference between somebody who's like, hi, doggy. And then the person says, hey, little doggy, how you doing? You're such a good doggy. Oh, you're such a good doggy. Right? See the difference? See the difference? They're like, oh, hey, puppy. They're all standoffish like that. And then the people who really, I'm the second one. I'm like, hey puppy, how you doing? You're such a good puppy. Oh, good to see you, little doggy. All that kind of stuff, right? I'm that guy because I know how to love. I know how it feels when somebody does that to me, and I know what it feels like when you do that to somebody else, both for yourself and for them. And some people appreciate it, and some people don't. Some people don't like that affection. They feel like it's intrusive, especially your kids. Your kids won't like it after a while, but too bad. Too bad. When they get older, well, when they get to my age, they'll realize that that was a special thing. But that's 40 years from now, everybody. 30 years from now, they'll appreciate that. Maybe, I don't know. See, some people never grow out of that selfishness, and that's tough, everybody. That's tough. But again, oh, wait, look right there. Oh, there's that thing I've been looking for. See, that's what's so good about talking to chat. Look, you guys bring me luck. I was looking for that field guide page. There it is, Hogsmeade. Oh my God, I didn't get that all this time. I haven't got this thing. The only all-wizarding village in Britain, Hogsmeade has been the favorite haunt of Hogwarts students third years and up for centuries. Oh, I didn't know you had to be a third year to go to Hogsmeade. Well, that sucks. You're in first and second year and everybody else going off to Hogsmeade and you're just chilling out in the castle? Well, that sucks, bro. That sucks big time. All right, I don't even know why I'm coming over here, but I totally forgot. I was coming over here for something. Oh, I was going to empty my inventory. Let's do that first. Let's go empty my inventory, and if I've got anything, and there we go.
Can't imagine how muggles.
Yes. No, I got it checked out because I couldn't breathe. I mean, like, emergency couldn't breathe. Like, I was thinking of going to the emergency room for the third time. Kind of breathe. I also have an inhaler that helps me as well. But I did go to my main doctor, and we're trying some stuff right now to see how it goes. And if that doesn't work out, then I am going to go to another doctor. I mean, if it becomes severe, I mean, it's like a pressure. It's like a kind of like acid reflux, right? Where you have that constant pressure in your chest, and you're feeling it a little bit right here, right? You're feeling that kind of thing right here on the side of your heart. That's scary stuff when you feel it by your heart, everybody. That's some scary stuff. And so, like, when I'm in the car, I can feel that pressure because the car's moving, and it's like pressing on my chest, which is already pressing on itself. And so, you know, trying to reduce my anxiety, trying to relax a little bit, trying to stay calm and not put too much pressure on myself. Because one of the things also that happens when when I'm under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure is that my dizziness gets worse as well. And then you start to worry about the fact that you can't breathe, and that causes you anxiety. That's probably caused by your anxiety. See the vicious circle there? You're like, oh God, I can't breathe. I'm getting anxious about the fact that I can't breathe, and that anxiousness is causing me not to be able to breathe. Right? There's a lot of that kind of stuff that's a big circle like that. All right, we sold our stuff. We should go to the pet store while we're here. I'm just wandering around the thing here, everybody. Don't worry, we'll get into it here in a minute. We'll get into it. I'm just wandering around, taking care of business here. Yes. I was, originally I had that, I've been fine for quite a long time, breathing-wise. I've always checked out every time I go in for my checkup or whatever. It says your lungs are great and all of that. But man, I was driving to pick up my daughter, and I literally couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to pass out. I literally thought I was going to pass out in the middle of the road.
Sorry,
and I'm like, oh God, and I didn't bring any water to try to, you know, sometimes if you do have acid reflux like I do, You can use water to kind of push it down a little bit or to stabilize it, or eat a cracker or something like that to try to stabilize it enough so you can get back home, and if you need to use your inhaler to open up your lungs or whatever. But come to find out, my throat had closed up. Over the span of like the last decade, my throat had slowly started closing up, and I've been having trouble eating for quite a while, where, you know, I eat, and I couldn't swallow without using water to push it down my throat. And lo and behold, I find out my throat had closed up. I was going to die. I was going to suffocate to death. Yeah, in that emergency room, because they left me there for 2 hours. Didn't even bother to check on me. And I told them I couldn't breathe. I was like, this is an emergency. I can't breathe. And they're like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and set you in this room. And then that was it. They never came and checked on me again. I walked out of the emergency room because I couldn't breathe and no one was going to help me. And they still charged me, by the way. They still charged me thousands of dollars for going to that emergency room, and literally they sat me in there. And I tried to fight it, and you know, it's hard to fight giant corporations. And they said, well, we checked it, and they said they did all these things. And I'm like, they sat me in the thing. I'm telling you what happened. I was there. I know exactly what happened. And it was an emergency situation, and they did squat. But I just said, screw it. Because I went round and round and round with them. And they never said, oh, well, you know, we're gonna fix this. We're going to take care of it. So what I did is I said, okay, you know what I want to do? I want to put it on a payment plan. What's the least amount I can pay? And they're like, oh, like $10. And I say, okay, put me on $10 a month for as long as it takes. And I'm going to pay him $10 a month until the end of freaking time, everybody. I'm going to pay him a little bit for the longest time ever. Because screw them. Screw them and the fact that I almost died. Had I stayed in that emergency room, I know, without a doubt, I would have died right there. Right there. And who knows how much longer it would have been. I would have died literally right there in that emergency room. This wasn't too long ago, everybody. This was last year, at the end of last year. I would have died right there. And lo and behold, I came and went to a bunch of different doctors. My doctor referred me to a specialist. He's like, yes, your throat is closing up, bro. We need to go in there and check it out. So we went in there and checked it out, and he stretched my throat. World of difference. Like, I mean, not only did it help my ability to breathe and my ability to swallow food, but also it helped my dizziness, because I was suffocating. I was suffocating to death. I'm not kidding. Yeah, scary. Scary, scary stuff. Where you going, kid? Come back here. Where are you going? Let's follow this guy.
Lumos.
I swear to Merlin, that statue near Irondale looks different than before.
I hope school's treating you well.
Centaurs have never had much use for wizard kind, have they? Old Spout-hole Spavin's been minister for so long, I don't remember who came before him.
How can you read that in the dark?
I'll decide if I like Professor Weasley or Professor Hecat more. Hecat. No, Weasley. Ugh, they're both brilliant. Some think Professor Shah is hard to read, but I find her as easy to read as a star chart. She has no patience for time wasting. It's awful if you're sat near someone and they're trying to pass notes about. Half the time I get the blame.
I suggest not to read notes in the dark.
I can tell you.
They're in the middle of Hogsmeade at nighttime practicing their magic. Probably not. They're supposed to be back at the castle by now. Only I'm the delinquent. I'm the delinquent running around after hours.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
This guy, I got a quest for this guy, don't I?
What are we looking for today?
Oh, I think I already bought all these.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
I want to get that upgrade from this guy. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And the funny thing is, this thing that started my dizziness altogether was I was having lots of sinus infections, like from allergies and stuff like that. So I had all these sinus infections, so I started taking this medicine. I was like, God, this medicine is making me really dizzy. I don't know why I'm dizzy all the time, man. I'm like dizzy, like fall down dizzy, right? And I'm like, you know what? I got to stop this medicine. So I stopped the medicine, and I've never stopped being dizzy since. Every single day. Just for a brief few seconds lately, I've had not being dizzy. It's usually when I'm not paying attention. The second I bring my attention to it, boom, back to being dizzy. But I've been dizzy every single day. like fall down dizzy, like you spin around. If you spun yourself around outside until you could barely stand, and then try to walk. That's me every day, every single day, 365 days a year, and it sucks. It sucks big time. Yes, they stretched my throat. That's what I mean. They went in there with a stretcher thing, and they actually stretched the throat. That's what they do. They stretch it. I actually had an aunt who had that done, too. She had it done multiple times. Multiple times to stretch it. I might need it again. I don't know. I went in there and talked to that doctor, too, and he's like, nah, you're fine. Everything seems good. So I wanted to see that wasn't closing back up again. But he says that's not it, and I don't have a problem eating. I can tell now. I didn't, because you know what happens? It happens very slowly over time, so it's hard to notice that was a thing. That happened slowly over a decade, everybody, where it started getting worse and worse and worse, and then I couldn't breathe. And man, that's scary, man. I mean, I turned around. I made an illegal U-turn right in the middle of the road. I don't care if they gave me a ticket. I would have told that cop, I cannot breathe. Give me a ticket later. Take me to the hospital now. I wouldn't. I would say just give me a ticket. I got a U-turn. I got to get to this. Is an emergency. Do what you got to do. But nobody gave me a ticket because they didn't see me. I U-turned right in the middle of the road. I cut a bunch of people off. I went in, made a right. I went straight to the hospital, which I was close by the hospital, luckily. I went right in there, and they completely ignored me. They basically said, oh, yeah, go sit down in here, and we'll see you later. I mean, if I came in there bleeding from the neck, I hope they would have done a better job. Now, to be fair, the second time I went in there and told them what a terrible time I had the first time, then they did a good job. But the first time was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. There you go. That happened to your dad last year. So much so that they diagnosed him with Lewy body dementia after getting severe vertigo and dizziness to the point where he said the ceiling fan was on the wall in his eyes. Yes, that's part of that can happen. Oh, it's from his medications. Yeah, see, a lot of times what I do is I'll stop all medications. And I take like, whatever that stuff is, the stuff for reflux. What do they call that stuff? I forget what they call it. I get the generic version, so it starts with an O and it's blah, 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 blah. But the first thing I do when I start feeling bad is I stop all medications. I stop all medications and try to figure out what medication it is, right? Or figure out what it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, John. They call it something else. What's the fancy name of that? You know how like they have like Sudafed and Kleenex, but they're actually tissues, tissue papers, and Sudafed is some other name, and whatnot.
Here, I wonder.
Yeah, super scary. I'm glad that they figured it out. Yeah, they physically stretched it about 6 millimeters. He called it a medium stretch. Apparently somebody needs an even bigger stretch than that. I thought my doctor was originally joking, by the way. I thought he was joking when he said that I needed my throat stretch. I'm like, that's a good one. He's like, no, that's a real thing. And I'm like, that's a real thing? They go in and they stretch your throat? How can they do that? He's like, well, what they do is they go and check your whole esophagus. They put a tube down there because they knock you out. And they put a tube down there and they see what's going on in there. And then they see if you're a candidate for stretching, and then they'll do it right that minute when they have you knocked out. They'll actually stretch your throat. And believe me, it's like a world of difference. I should have had it done 10 years ago. If I had had it done, I believe I've had that problem since I also started getting the dizziness. I think that was a contributing factor to my dizziness, and not one doctor thought of it back then. Only when I basically almost died did they think of it. And then they found out that it was actually a thing. So yeah, scary. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes doctors, oh, we'll try this, see how that goes. Oh, we'll try that, we'll try this. Oh boy, that's some scary stuff, everybody. You'd think they would just know. But you know, doctors are just human beings. They make mistakes too, and sometimes it depends on your doctor what level of expertise they have as well. That's why you should always get second opinion on stuff, everybody. That's for sure. That is for sure. Big time. And if this breathing problem keeps happening, probably next week. Oh, I just thought of something. I forgot something. Hold on a second before I forget. Get my glasses off. Texting this person at 11:43 at night, but they don't have to answer it right away. Yes, I got to get a haircut. Haircut. Almost forgot. By the way, I don't need my glasses. I can play the game totally without my glasses, and I have for many, many years. But these are awesome. This is another smart thing that I did. Awesome sponsor of mine too. Oh wait, some over here. Awesome sponsor of mine, Glasses USA, made these glasses for me. These are prescription glasses for reading. Hey, what up? Hey, look, I just think about allergies and already my nose kicks in. Later.
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier.
Okay. Now that we've chatted it up big time, it's time to get back to some Hogwarts Legacy here. We cleared out our loot. We got another graph horn. That's what I meant to do there, and that's what I did. Now, what we've been doing is working our way down the different stages here. We got a one chest there. Pretty much got everything else. Infamous foe we'll get later on. A couple infamous foes there to get. More chests to get there, but that's okay. And see, I look and see if there's anything that I might have missed. Usually collection chests are the number one things you miss, because sometimes they're in like instances and things like that. Crystal Cavern. There's like field guide pages and stuff here. Oh, that's because we haven't gone up there yet. That's right. We have to go up and around. So let's go to this one first, which is an... Oh, wait, we haven't done these down here. Treasure Vault. Now, what I'm doing is just kind of working my way across the whole map. Now, what we're doing is playing in the hardest mode. The hardest way you can play here in Hogwarts Legacy. Very, very fun. Plus, I've added the additional difficulty level of no quick travel. Now, that actually is not part of the game. That's just something that I added. Because that's what I would do in the hard mode in Fallout 4. In that game, it actually does disable your ability to quick travel. In this game, I just don't do it. I just don't quick travel. And that's how I disable it. Good talk. I appreciate it, sure enough. Well, there you go, John. It's always good, you know, to talk about these things, make you feel better about them. Spread the word about how tough it is sometimes to get a good doctor. And that doctors are just people, and they make mistakes, and some doctors are scumbags. I know from experience. They're scumbags. They just want to get your money. So they can put their kids through private school. I've sadly went through a bunch of those when I was sick. A bunch of scumbag doctors that were totally in league with the insurance company, so the insurance company did not have to pay out or whatnot. There's a lot of them scumbags out there, too. Watch out for that.
Thought we could get.
Is that all they're teaching in school these days? Levioso. Accio.
I don't think they know who they're messing with. By the way, I got my gear upgraded. I could have upgraded it more. That's right, we got a phoenix feather earlier, didn't we? Alright, but we got a long way to go. We got to keep on rocking. Now, if you fly low to the ground, you're going to go much faster, by the way, here in Hogwarts Legacy. So I suggest flying low to the ground. I could kill all those mobs, but I'm just getting warmed up there a little bit. I don't need any more of those. I think I only need trolls and infamous foes. I think those are the only two things I need left. And I'm playing in the hard mode, and when you're playing in the hard mode, your achievements are much higher. I mean, you got to kill like 100 dark wizards to get that top in thing. And then before that, you got to kill another 100. So I suggest if you are playing in the hard mode, you just go right to that at the very beginning of the game. Because I could have probably got through most of the game and never finished those achievements in the hard mode. So I just go right to it right away because it does unlock stuff for your character. And you want to try to unlock that stuff as early as you can. So we're going to take out some of these treasure vaults and get it going. Yep, they do an educated guess. That's what they do. And the most important thing to know about most doctors is they don't care whether you live or die. Most of them don't care. That's their job. Their job is to keep you alive. But they don't care. They don't care if you live or die. So what do? Well, you find a good doctor who actually, even if the doctor just pretends that pretends to care if you're alive, is probably better than some doctors. And again, I've told this many times on stream where I had a doctor, and that was the scumbag doctor that worked for the insurance company. Now, I didn't know, because I'm sick, everybody. I'm sick. I didn't know that this guy was going to be a scumbag. My insurance company sent me to him, and he full-on lied. He full-on made some stuff up. And I'm like, I never talked to that about him at all. Maybe he got confused. I don't know. He was kind of old guy. He was weighed 350 pounds, and he was telling me how to do my health. And he was shorter than me. He was like 5'5", I think, or 5'6". And he was 350 pounds, and he was telling me what to do with my health. I'm thinking, I don't know, bro. And he's telling me how he has sleep apnea and that he, it's no big deal. He's telling me how all my other doctors are stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. I should have got it right from that, everybody. But you're trying to help yourself. You're trying to, you're hoping this person is going to be the person that helps you. Turned out that guy was a scumbag. He goes in the other room, and I'll never forget this for the whole rest of my life. He goes in the other room, and I can hear him from where I'm at. He's like, let's make sure we capture this guy's billing. Because that's what he cared about the most. That's what he cared about the most, capturing my billing. At least wait till I leave, you scumbag. Scumbag alert. Big time. But you know what? If you find a scumbag guy, what you do is you just move on and try to find a non-scumbag guy. Did I go to this furry layer over here? I kind of feel like I already did. Let's go check it out. Oh, no. Okay, we got some fun to happen here. Okay, first we need Confringo, for sure. Bombarda doesn't actually count as a flame one.
Confringo.
Whoa, out of nowhere. All right, fine. Let's go. Come on, party started.
Confringo.
I love that throwing thing, everybody. It's like my favorite thing.
Incendio.
Incendio's great. Confringo's great, especially when you got it upgraded. See how it bounces to other mobs? So good. Now, once you've got them hit with some fire, then they're susceptible to you wiping them out. Apparently, I haven't been here before. Again, all you have to do is hit them a little bit with fire, and then you can go to town with all your other spells. But if you don't hit them with fire, they don't take any damage. So very important to use your fire spells whenever you're taking these guys on. And that's a great way to get a whole bunch... Oh, there's a chest there, too.
Revelio.
Great way to collect a lot of stench of the dead, which is something you'll need in the long run. There's some froggies down there. Any special froggies? No special froggies. They're just 4? Just 4. So what I do is I look for the ones with the star. Those are unique colored animals. So I'm always looking for those when I'm running through. Okay, we took care of that. Now, one of the things that it doesn't do, which I wish it did, was like put an X over that, because now that you did that, it's all done for right then. What's this here? Inferni Lair, which we just did. We did that. And then, what's this one? Dunbog Lair. And we're good. Now, I didn't really need to kill those, but they did give me some resources, and that's what I was looking for. Now, one of the things, this is just for you guys. I can see it on my monitor, but I do this. Oh, level 3 lock. So glad we got that unlocked. Get that level 3 lock on over here.
Revelio.
Lumos.
I just happen to remember doing one of those earlier in this playthrough. This game is so good, everybody. It's so good. So good. This is an instant buy for me. Absolutely. Even if you're just like a barely Harry Potter fan like me, I wouldn't even consider myself a fan. I like it, but I don't know if I would consider myself a fan. Like, you know, go dress up as Harry Potter or something like that, or dress up as Hagrid. I really love Hagrid in there, by the way. The gentle giant. I think they should reinstate Hagrid and let him learn magic. I think, because you know what? When they figured out it wasn't him that opened up the Chamber of Secrets, they should have reinstated him as a wizard and gave him his wand back. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think in the chat? Because then they knew for sure it wasn't his fault, right? They knew for sure. They should have let him re-enroll in Hogwarts and learn magic. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have said. Look, we found out it wasn't Hagrid that opened the Chamber of Secrets. It was Voldemort that did it. Spoilers, by the way. And so reinstate him as a wizard who can use his wand again. I would hope by now that you've already seen it, but again, I apologize if I just spoiled that for you. Yeah, well, did you know that doctors are actually the #1 suicide rate? You know that? You'd think that because they were so rich and they did all this stuff, but they have to deal with death all the time. And that's a tough thing. There's a reason why I'm not a doctor, and that's one of the reasons. That's a tough thing to deal with death all the time. Wow, look at all that up there.
Revelio.
That's a tough thing. So, big love to doctors who are actual doctors.
Pay me enough. Let me impress.
Accio. Incendio.
You call that spellcasting?
Accio. Levioso. Incendio.
Gotta get back in the zone here.
Revelio.
I love that Revelio thing, everybody. I want it in every game now. I want it in every single game. All right, let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff to do here. Hey, watch this. Hey, you! Catch this with your face. Good job, man. You're good at this. Oh, that's the wrong spell. Need this spell.
Accio.
Okay, can't get him with that one. Oh, let's do something fun. Ready? Set. Oh, can't do it. Oh, he died before I could push him off. I was gonna push him off the side.
Revelio.
You know, you tried. Okay, so we're going through the middle of this cave here. We got things to do. See, I just go in guns a-blazing. And I'm super powerful right now. The reason why I'm so powerful is because I updated my gear.
Accio.
Now, I find the best combo in the game is the 1-1-2-3. 1-1-2-3, like you're dancing, right? And so what you do is you use your first spell, and you raise them up. And then you hit them 3 times, like this. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And they teach you this. And then you pull them towards you. 1, 2, 3, because they're going to be stunned. And then you hit him with this one, and then, well, by my time, he's dead. And then you hit him with the next one, hit him 3 times, and so on and so forth. You get the general idea. Now, I'm one of those people that loves to run through here and
Revelio.
look at everything.
Handy resource.
Confringo.
Your field guide. I'm most pleased to be.
An intruder!
With you in just a second.
Why have you not run away? Intend to die, do you?
Revelio.
I love this climbing, too.
Bombarda. Confringo. Levioso.
This kind of stuff drives me crazy. See the things inside there?
Confringo.
How you can't get to it, though I can see that it's there. Anybody know how to get into those? You just let me know. Yes, yes, exactly. Again, I've watched all the movies. I actually watched them several times with my kids. But my wife and my kids are like more of a Harry Potter fan than me. But I like the series. I think the first movie is perfection. It is absolutely, I mean, not only of a Harry Potter movie, but movies in general. Incredibly fantastic, perfect cast, perfect directing, everything about it is just so awesome.
I will have not your best moment, I fear.
Not your best moment. You are about to die, sucker.
Ranrock has fooled you all to your demise.
I don't want to leave any loot behind.
Confringo. Revelio.
Let the loot guide you, everybody.
Confringo.
Oh, see, that stuff drives me crazy.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Aha, got it.
Revelio.
If you can tag it, you can pull it out of there and then get it. I've done that on a bunch of them that get stuck like that.
Controlling this area is a waste of my time.
Bombarda. Accio. Accio.
Was that your best?
Bombarda. You got it. Confringo.
Oh!
But this is sad. Really, it is.
Oh, what the heck?
Protego.
That's what I was trying to do. Didn't do my Protego. What up? What up with that? Use up my potions. The reason why I use up my potions all the time is because I try to keep around 15, even in the hard mode, depending on if I'm fighting a boss or something. But I try to keep it around 15 because you find a lot of these Wiggenwell potions, especially in here. I'm going to find a ton of these, and then I won't have the ability to use them because I'll be full health. So try to keep them low for now. And then try to find all these little secret passages. Down we go.
Revelio. Revelio.
We made it! Looks like we made it.
How nice to see you here. Ah,
The sea air is refreshing. That's what she said. I looked down at the thing to see what it said.
Bombarda.
Love that Bombarda.
Revelio. Bombarda.
Now, if you really want to be hardcore at this game, everybody, play the entire game without Revelio. I don't got that much time. Man, I got barely enough time for this. I'm trying to actually get this playthrough going. Trying to speed it up a little bit here by going to all the different zones and try to get done, because we're going to try to 100% the game. which is gonna take a long time. But now that we're out over here, we're looking good. Now, I may, just for the sake of speed, everybody, in this playthrough, I may at least fast travel to here, because that's traveling through there is a little tough. You can't, I don't think you can broom through there. I think it's going to block you when you get to the tunnel. Yeah, you can't go through there. So, that I might pull as an exception. Just so we can get over here to this side. You don't have to wait for me to fly all that way and then walk all that way through there and then fight my way through there every single time. Just to save your guys' and my sanity. Because again, we're going to run out of time, and we have a bunch of stuff lined up as well. Hopefully we get some 7 Days to Die next week, because they already said that we're not going to get it this week, which is a bummer. Which is a bummer. I hope they don't drop it when I'm not around. But even if they do drop it, everybody, I'll try to do it remotely as well. I'll try to do some fun remotely via the laptop. We'll see how it goes.
Reminds me of the time I didn't.
Hey, remind me of this.
Not quite enough.
Won't get away with that.
Bombarder. I won't rest.
Oh, that's the way it is. Isn't it? Good. Burn up some more of my potions. Burn up some more of my potions.
Revelio.
Sometimes I let him hit me just so I can get rid of potions. That time I didn't. He actually hit me that time. But sometimes I'll let him hit me just so I can burn some potions when I get too many potions. I go back and I can make 100 potions. Because I collect a lot of loot. A massive amount. Because I'm a super looter, everybody. I loot everything. And that's why I have so many resources. And so much cash. I got 36,000 gold on me right now. I got a lot. Got a bunch of bees over here.
Revelio.
Oh, glad I came back now. What do we got? Antique compass. Unfortunately, the fact that this antique Muggle compass was dropped here means the Muggle who dropped it was probably wandering through Wales by now. That's true.
Revelio.
Probably was totally lost. Or they fell off the side. That could have been it. Look at this giant waterfall, everybody. Too cool. Let's see what's down here. There's actually one of these that does have something behind the waterfall. Can't remember which one it was, though. Me, I love stuff behind waterfalls. I love secret doors and all of that.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling.
This is it.
What to do?
You're welcome.
Revelio.
I thought it was over here somewhere. I have played through before, by the way, everybody. If you are new to my stream, I have played Tomb of Treachery. I have played through the whole game in normal mode, and now I am playing in hard mode, the hardest way you can play. And if I play a game in hard mode, you know I like that game. That's an instant buy for me. That's an endorsement right there in itself. Because if I feel like playing through twice, you know I had fun the first time through. I actually prefer the harder mode, because I feel like the other mode just way too easy. Just like in Fallout 4, everybody, I feel like the normal mode, I can just absolutely crush that. Just so easy to absolutely destroy it. Now, of course, I win most games economically, so I spend a lot of time doing this. Collecting lots and lots and lots of loot. And thus, I can use that loot to make my character more and more powerful. And then as he becomes more and more powerful, guess what he can do? Get more and more loot. And you just keep that cycle going, and then you're 2-timesing your loot, and 2-timesing the power of your character, and then you're 2-timesing and 2-timesing and 5-timesing and 10-timesing, and so on and so forth. You're getting more and more powerful as you go.
Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo.
You bastards. I feel like the time when you go down like that is the time those bugs should strike. Because you couldn't do anything about it. You get hosed.
Bombarda. Confringo.
Watch out. Kismet up in the business.
Shame you're so... Why is this door locked?
Because reasons.
Confringo. Brilliant. The first piece of the puzzle.
There's some things in this game that I just feel like are just there because it's fun. Like knocking that thing down, that's just there because it's fun. And I love them for it.
Confringo. Revelio.
Weird, there's only 2 of them in here. That means I gotta find one from somewhere else. Okay, we gotta play with some butterflies.
Lumos.
I love all these puzzles, by the way. They did a really good job on these puzzles.
1 down, 2 to go.
Also, I love the commentary when you get stuck and you can't really figure it. If you just stand around for a few moments, he'll say, hey, I wonder if I check this, if this will do the thing.
Revelio.
So he gives you a little hint, which is cool. Big time. Let's see. Kismet, are you going to get all of the unforgiving curses in this playthrough? No, not in this playthrough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this playthrough, which is like the be-all, end-all of the hard mode. And then I'm going to come back later, and I'm going to have the evil Kismet. And I'm going to wait for him to update the game and, you know, maybe do some DLC or something like that. Maybe come back in, 3-6 months or whatever. And play just a completely jerk-face, evil playthrough. I typically say I'm going to do that, and I never end up doing it anyway. But I'm going to try very, very hard this time to try to play an evil playthrough. I'm going to try very, very hard.
Accio. Revelio.
Because I've said that many times in Fallout that I was going to, side with the Institute, who I consider to be evil. Though some of the other factions are evil too.
Revelio.
In their own way. The most interesting thing I find about Fallout, by the way, is if they all just work together, they could rebuild the wasteland. Easy. It'd be so easy for them all if they just work together. They got all the resources that they need, and the manpower and the thing, but they just don't work together. And it's a great, great analogy for real life. You got all of these people, brilliant people. If they could just work together, it would solve the problem. But they don't want to work together because their ideologies are so incredibly different that they want to, it's got to be their way or the highway. Not like, hey, let's work together to solve this problem. No, oh, I'm the smartest person in the room.
What are they protecting?
I'm the smartest person in the room, so you got to listen to me.
Incendio. Confringo. Let's hope you stay dead this time.
Yeah, stay dead. So yeah, same thing in game as in real life. Just like this, if all the wizards got together and helped each other, and the Ministry of Magic wasn't led by a bunch of incompetent boneheads. Of course, we don't know what their real problem is over their Ministry of Magic, but I find that they're like the most incompetent organization. I don't know if that's like supposed to be that way. I don't know if they wrote it that way just because that's the way it is in real life. The problem is the people that we put in charge are sometimes some of the worst people. They're the worst versions of themselves. They're the people who are liars and thieves and would steal and just tell you what you want to hear. And that's the way it is in all political things and all people. You have that problem of sometimes the people who get in charge, because they're the only ones who want to be in charge. Everybody else doesn't want to be in charge. They want to be at home taking a nap. They don't want to do the job. And that's why sometimes the worst people go get the job. Now, of course, that's not true for everybody. Some people go in there and they want to do the right thing and make a difference and all of those kind of things.
Incendio. Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
What's going on there? Again, that's their job. That's what they do for a living. They lie, cheat, steal, manipulate people. That's what they do. Everybody knows it. It's not like it's a secret. Not like I just made a revelation. Everybody knows that's the way they are. But yet, they still are in charge of what we're doing, in charge of our stuff. I don't like to get too political, everybody. I don't like to get into it. It's like a dog chasing its tail. Same thing with religion. You could go round and round forever on it. And whatever you want to do in your life, that's all up to you. I feel like the most important thing you don't want to do is take away a person's choice. Take away people's choices, that's when you've gone wrong. To believe what they want, to do what they want in their life, as long as it's not something evil, of course. And so on. Oh, this is the other entrance over here. This is way on the other side. Yeah, wow, we ended up down there. I wonder if we got everything. Looks like I want to go back in to double check. So that's the way it goes. Yes, it'll be a Slytherin playthrough, totally evil. I'll be nothing but a smart aleck. I'll take everybody's stuff and not give it back to them. And so on and so forth. Just the worst version you could possibly be in the game. Maybe. We'll see. Again, I find it very difficult, even when I'm just pretending to be that person, to be that person. That's just me, everybody.
Incendio. Confringo.
Suckers.
Revelio.
Even if you're just pretending, it's hard for me to be like that. It's hard for me to be a dark wizard or to be mean and cruel to people, even if you're pretending. And it doesn't mean that people who play that are evil people, because, maybe they're just pretending and doing their stuff. But even pretending to do it is tough, at least for me. Some people have no problem with it. Me, I find it very difficult. We already went up there. I think that reset. That went out, came back in.
Revelio.
Just making sure I didn't miss any loot. Oh, that's a timed explosion. Did you see that? I could tag it and wait for it to explode separately.
Revelio.
I think they told me that at some point. But now I remember. Okay, how did I get in here? You gotta go this way. Question is how we get out of here. I don't think that goes back the way we came from. I think it's this way. And that's the door we opened. Oh, maybe we had to go back. Could we? Oh, we opened it from this side. Right? That's a good question. I don't see any loot in here, though, so if I end up back where I ended up before or back at the beginning, either way, we're going to be heading out of here. Podseer Coast. Has a good conscience, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I just tell it from my point of view. Again, if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. See, I don't get so pig-headed. I feel like that's the death of reason, is when you're so pig-headed that you just say mine is the right way and your way is the highway, my way or the highway kind of thing. I feel like that's when the conversation's over. I don't talk to peeps that are like that. I think we're gonna want to start here. Then we could jump over and maybe jump back. You actually do this on your broom? I don't think he can, because what happens is the other ones stop.
Merlin himself would be proud.
You can do that on your broom! I didn't even know that! I just learned that, see? Every time you play through, you learn something else. Golden rule, as you said earlier, Kismet, is what matters exactly. I just learned that, everybody. I never tried doing all of them like that. Hey, that's awesome.
Revelio.
I'm doing that now from now on. That's like easy mode right there. Easy mode. All right, let's get over here and get some more loot. All right, now we're gonna wander around the coast here. Oh, dead guy. What up, dead guy? Delilah, someone has been tampering with my belongings. It started with small pranks, a biting doorknob, pixies in my closet, that sort of thing. Harmless mostly, or so I thought, until I went to warm the kettle and found myself in Cumbra. Dang port keys. Pranks are one thing, but everyone knows the danger of playing with port keys. Clearly, the intentions of the tormentor are sinister than I originally assumed. I must now have the ministry inspect the house for jinxes, which they said may take several days. I shall be displaced for a while. May I stay with you? It'll be just me and my trusty cauldron, Hubert. Well, Hubert got owned. And there's this cauldron.
Incendio. Confringo.
Well, apparently bad things happen to that guy. Check this water, make sure there's no stuff in the water. Oh, here we go, troll time. All right, let's get queued for troll. All right, freezing. This. Oh, let's get Bombarda in there. Yeah, a little Bombarda, a little bit of this. Bye-bye, sucker. Taking out trolls like nobody's business, everybody. I need me trolls. I need me a bunch of trolls. Trying to get my trolls done. Uh-oh. What's this? Is it a troll den? This is troll lair. That was an X-troll lair. He's an X-parrot. Me Monty Python fans know what that's all about. We got a lot of meat over here. Fishes. Yeah, dude was fully stocked.
Revelio.
I don't need any of this, but I get it anyway. Just to clear it out so when I Revelio, I don't keep thinking it's something over there. Oh, we got some stuff over here. Looks like we got something over there. Just the light. Go sick. Red rock right there. It's just the sunlight. Yeah, it's just the sunlight, the way the sun is hitting it. From this way. That's cool. And now, yeah, the sunlight's just hitting it and shining off of it there.
Revelio.
Won't let me land there. Very cool. I love little details like that. Alright. I don't even need any of these anymore, but I just do them because they're fun.
Fringo.
Where was that? Was 3 or was that 4? Lost count.
Revelio. Confringo.
There we go. Yeah, see, the thing is, when you close your mind to learning, that's when things go horribly bad. And closing your mind to other people's opinions too. And see, that's the way it is with a lot of those politicians. They're just waiting to talk, waiting for the other person to stop talking so they can talk. Not even considering anything they're saying. That's so scary, everybody. So scary that these are the people that are in charge. But here's the great news, everybody. Eventually, those people are going to be gone. They're going to pass away, and then hopefully we get some better peeps in there.
No. No!
What happened?
What have you done?
Confringo. Bombarda. Glacier. Confringo. Flipendo. Glacier. Bombarda. Confringo.
Later, Gator.
Revelio.
Or miss out on that loot. I got a little goat. Okay, back to work. I'm having a forward time. Why am I always playing in the dark? I don't really need to play in the dark right now. Forward time so I can stop playing in the dark. There we go. Still dark. Still dark. Forward time again. Is it dark time or is it daytime? It's hard to tell. Alright, whatever.
Lumos.
That one's broken. Target that one? No.
Reparo. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Oh, up there. Oh, it's right here. Didn't even see it.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
Easy peasy. Don't have to be bipartisan. Just be, you know, working together.
Revelio.
You got an idea, they got an idea. Make the idea even better by combining both ideas. No, it's got to be our way. No, it's got to be our way. And then nothing gets done. That's the way it goes. Yeah, what's over here? We got a foe thing there. Let's go back this way. Bunch of spiders over this way. Oh, down here. Alright, time to throw down. Now you guys are in trouble.
Confringo. Glacius. Confringo. Revelio.
Bring up another one of these potions. And that's how you do it, everybody. Just potions are incredibly OP in this game, everybody. They're incredibly powerful.
Confringo.
Highly recommend playing around with potions.
Revelio.
In my normal mode, I barely use them. But in here, sometimes, especially when you're playing versus mobs that are way tougher than you, the endurance potion is really good. That one, like, basically all the damage bounces off of you. I would make them, a lot of them, to start if you're having trouble in the game. Now, me, I think you could probably play the whole game once you got it down without ever using a potion at all, even in hard mode. I'm sure there's some players who never use potions in hard mode. Absolutely. People who spend way more time playing it than I do. But you could totally do it.
Someone messing about.
Accio. Confringo.
Done.
Levioso! Hold still!
Accio. Goodness.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Surprise, sucker! Walk right into that one.
So, the hunt begins.
Get back here, alright? You stewed like that's proper feeble, that is. You're a bit dodgy with your skills, aren't you, sweetheart?
Come on.
Reduction.
And that's how you take out a legendary mob right there. Alright, now you guys are in trouble. Kismet really throw it down now. Let's go! Kismet up in this baby! My stuff's gonna run out by the time I find him.
Revelio.
Oh well, I got plenty more.
I've never met a beast I didn't hate.
God, I'm up to 20 of these Wiggenwell potions. 21. See, that's what I'm talking about. Gotta burn these Wiggenwell potions up when you can. Sometimes let them hit you and burn them. You only have 25 total. And I like to super loot everything. Okay, how do I... Oh, right here. What's this gonna move? Right, sucker!
Accio. Confringo.
Didn't even touch the ground.
Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Revelio.
Walk past it.
This looks like trouble.
No, it's on the other side of the wall.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over potions.
Now, I can't use the fast travel. But I'm gonna get it anyway. It's part of the unlock.
I would say that Irondale is
All right,
not
time for some fun.
appropriately named.
Oops. Let's go! What up? Kismet up in this baby! Anybody else need some of this? Where you at?
You.
Yeah, thank you. Take care of that for me.
Confringo. Accio.
Oh, hit me from the back, huh?
Levioso.
Go try it again. Oh, got me over there, huh?
Levioso. Would you like me to put? I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Go ahead, get some more free hits. Burn up some of these potions.
Levioso. Damn
No, I changed my mind. Now you die. Enjoy your life as a chicken. I love that one, everybody. Oh, you think you're... Levioso this. Get over here. And bye-bye. Oh, you lucky. Hey, hey, forgot something. Oh.
Levioso.
I'll find something special just for you. Nothing? Aw. Nope, nothing left.
Levioso. Levioso.
Accio. Your poaching days are over.
And back up to 22 potions again. Gotta burn them up. Henrietta's map. Oh, well, look at this. Look at this little map over here. Hold on a second. Let's go ahead and take a little screenshot here for us to wander around and try to find it. Let's go. Great thing about multiple monitors, everybody. Screenshots. I can screenshot it and then come back to it. All right, some sort of flame thing. So, flame and ice. I don't think I've ever done that one before. Cool.
Huh. The location marked on the map isn't far from here.
Oh, really? The hippogriff marks the spot.
Revelio.
Well, we're going to have to check it out. Not that way.
Not the best place for an unaccompanied student.
This is true. Aha. What we got? Ooh, cruelty level 3, which I'm definitely not using in this playthrough, but maybe in the future one. Alright. How we looking? We got a lot more to do over here. A lot more to do. Let's see anything else I really need to do. One of the cool things about these things, you get up on your broom. And you can reveal your way around. And see if you missed anything. Loot-wise in here. And there's that. There's some stuff down here.
Confringo. Accio. There's a victory that came none too soon. Ugh.
You guys got owned. Got owned. I wonder if that's the cave I was just looking for. Control layer, we already did that. This is checked off. Oh, we gotta go back and do that over there.
Confringo.
Oh wait. What is the stuff that's nearby? Mooncalf Den. No, we'll just walk. Actually, we'll just fly up.
Revelio.
Oh, we gotta do it at nighttime. Alright, we'll come back in a second.
We'll
Go get...
reclaim what is rightfully.
Revelio.
I think it breaks you out of stealth when you go forward. It does.
Revelio.
Couple mooncaps over there. Only 3? I guess only 3 of them. Looking for the special ones. If you are not the special.
Revelio.
Back over here.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Get out of here, chicken! Fly, chicken, fly! Fly, bunny, fly! Oh, I made both bunnies fly. Like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm out of here. I don't blame him.
Wizards will be defeated.
I don't think so. Uh-huh. Okay, one there.
Revelio.
Oh, great, and this guy's down there. Alright, let's go get him. What are you doing? Get down from there.
Bring me it down.
Okay.
Battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me.
Bombarda.
I can tell.
Confringo.
Just a...
Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
That's a tough one.
Confringo. Not so tricky after all.
Oh, that was like last second right there. So I had to remove the thing and then do it again. That was a close one.
Revelio.
Quiet. Over here.
Revelio.
Okay. Butterflies.
Revelio. Lumos.
Follow the pretty butterflies. What were you doing today? Following pretty butterflies? Whoa. Slid down there. Look out, bunny. The heck?
Lumos.
Look out, chickens.
Levioso. Lumos.
I finally, in my second playthrough, I realized that moving portraits, cool. That I realized you can see the butterflies on the map. If you lose track of them, they'll be on your map down there. I was like, oh, wow, that would have been way easier in my first playthrough. All right, we did the Mooncraft Den, we did the troll lair. Let's go check the spider lair. This way. Pick out this castle, I think. Don't see any other loot.
You're the one who stole our hippogriff. You're about to regret that. I should warn you, I won't make the same mistakes my colleagues have made. Revelio.
Yeah, you got the heck out of there. That was actually a really smart move. I just saved an Ashwinder. Oh well, it happens. It happens. You gotta do what you gotta do. God, what time is it? Oh, I'm always afraid I'm gonna look up and it's like 12 noon, everybody. And sometimes it has been, just so you know. I look up and I'm like, dang, time go by so fast. This game is so good. Man, it's like a time accelerator.
Careful.
Time accelerator. Wow, look at this over here.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Ah, this one.
Confringo.
Oh, look at that guy out of nowhere. Cool. Ended up with another one of my things.
Incendio.
Incendio is good.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Yeah, this is one of these. Whenever you go to do these ones right here, see these little, they're like little ball things that you have to do. Make sure you save the game before you do it, because they sometimes get glitched out. I've had them glitch out in my game. Now, of course, they've patched the game a bunch of times. 55 hours in this particular playthrough. So I suggest to...
Accio.
Oh, it's not kicking in.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, I didn't activate the thing yet. Make sure you save that first.
Merlin trial.
Because again, sometimes they roll down the hill and then you can't find them. I've had that problem.
Revelio.
Oh, case in point.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Dude, sometimes you hold it long enough, it'll pick that up.
Revelio.
I don't see anything in there. It'll go into Wingardium Leviosa if you hold it down. Let's see, this one's in there.
Bombarda. Wingardium Leviosa.
Be a total of 5 of them. There we go. Just working our way across the game.
Revelio.
Little by little. Getting all the loot. See some balloons over there, which is going to be fun. Oh, I missed it. Really right in front of it. Ah, missed it again. What the heck?
Revelio.
Brittle.
Levioso. Accio. Confringo.
One in service. I heard.
Now you're just getting on my nerves.
Let me out, Doug.
You die.
You're after the golden sneak.
Confringo!
Let me out, Doug.
My young friend.
Accio. Confringo.
Let's see you survive heat.
Levioso.
He's level 37.
It's
Level
shameful
37.
what you've done to helpless beasts.
24 potions.
Revelio.
I'm getting too many potions. Gotta get to the point where I can't get any more potions. Alright. Now we're in a higher level zone than I'm in. Laceration 3. Nice. Definitely could use that one. Oh, this is locked behind there. Ah, look at that. Some of these ones over here I didn't do last time. So some of these puzzles are actually new to me. Because we just kind of finished the game and then left a bunch to do down here at the end. So in this second playthrough, some of these are going to be new things.
Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
There we go. Which one's the closest one? This one over here.
Incendio. Revelio.
Before we run off over there, let's make sure that we got everything over here. Something down the hill there, too. Let's go up here and take a little look. Oh, it's one of those, another Merlin trial.
Revelio.
I saw there was another chest down to the right. This way. Oh, more stuff behind the waterfalls. Cool. Again, any game that pays to explore like that, I really love games like that.
Revelio.
That just paid off to explore that area. Let's see. We check this one off. Try to be very systematic and work my way down. All right, we got that. We got that. Which one are we looking at right now? We're looking at this one. Just kind of back across the road. Weird that that one's not on. There it is. Now it is. It wasn't on my map.
For me this time.
Sometimes they don't show up on the map.
Flipendo.
Here.
Flipendo. Flipendo. What's that? Settled.
Whatever gets it done. Makes you smile every time? Well, there you go. Yeah. I'm the same way.
Revelio.
Ravelio. Getting that loot. That's weird that it didn't show that. What's this? Hippogriff den. Of course, getting on your broom helps you reveal stuff. Oh wait, I haven't been there. What the heck?
Levioso. Confringo.
Open up some of the potions.
Plan to make quick work of you.
Go ahead, come on.
Rise and fight.
Go ahead, do some damage.
Don't go down easy.
Okay, now you all died.
Incendio.
Incendio. Take it.
Seems your luck ran out.
Not so tough now, are ya?
You will not survive this fight.
Oh, I think I will.
Expulso.
No one takes one of my own and no.
Enjoy your life as a chicken, suck up.
Confringo.
Just so you know, I was letting you hit me on purpose so I could burn some of my potions.
Revelio.
Because I was going to get some more here, and I was full of potions. Good way to get rid of them there. You got some free hits, and you still didn't even kill me. Remember, this is on the hardest mode too, everybody. Venom number 1. Gave him a few free hits there. All right, now this is taken care of.
Revelio.
Oh, we got to in just a few minutes here. We got to, I totally forgot, we're gonna play some Invincible. Oh God, I got so into it. Yeah, we're running behind. About an hour behind here. That's okay, we'll play some here in a moment. But at least I didn't go all night, then log off the stream and forget. Appreciate them sending me a code. We've got a really cool looking game, everybody. Not even out yet. Early look at a game called Invincible. Looks pretty great. I always, I turn down most of the stuff, but when I see something that looks pretty cool, I think, well, you guys might like that, and then I bring it to the stream. Oh, speaking of awesome people, holy mackerel! Now that is a raid right there, everybody. Holy moly! Show some love right there in the chat. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon or the Gaming Tycoon. I've been gaming for half a century. Not kidding. For a very long time. In real life, by the way. Not just in game. In real life for a very long time. I'm a Twitch partner and a YouTube partner. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Right now, we're trying to find this way down in the cave. This is my second playthrough. I'm playing in hard mode right now. Very, very fun. And I don't consider myself a huge Harry Potter fan. I do like the franchise and the series. But I wouldn't tell you what the fifth guy is back on the, on the train or whatever. I'm not that into it. But I absolutely love this game. I think this game is an absolute contender for Game of the Year. Easy. Easy. But of course, we got more games coming out, so we don't know. We don't know if it's going to get Game of the Year, but it definitely should be on the list. Absolutely. For sure be on the list. Where'd that thing go? Right here. So there we go. Thanks for coming in. What up, Kismet? Boss, thank you very much for coming in. Hi, Kismet. Have a great stream. Thank you, thank you. Let's see what you were playing. Let me give you a little shout out. Now, of course, the way we work in here, everybody, is when someone comes in, shows the stream some love, I want you to go right back, show them some love. Right over there. Let's see. I am Bosk. Bosk am I. If you read this, tell me why. Streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, there you go. I didn't know you could do that. How do you do that? How do you make it where it comes back and gives you a little bit of text like that? Oh, Inquiring Minds want to know. I hope you had a great stream as well. And if you got to head out, I appreciate you bringing all your awesome peeps into my stream. Welcome, everybody. My name, again, is Kismet. We're playing some Hogwarts Legacy right here. Just having an incredibly great time. This game is one of those games you start playing at like 5 p.m. and then the sun starts coming up. That kind of thing, right? This is that type of game. And again, I've played through most of this already. I've already done the main storyline, finished the main storyline in normal mode. I actually prefer the hard mode. I feel like if you're an experienced player at all, that the other mode will be way too easy. In the beginning, it might be a bit frustrating because you're trying to learn, your timing and reflecting your stuff and balancing all the mobs. But once you learn how to do the room of requirement and you start getting tons of stuff like that and you get potions and you're out looting and doing all of that, like I've already crushed this game from the very beginning. I'm fighting mobs that, are way higher level than me right now. Running around kicking some butt. Sometimes I use my potions, sometimes I don't, depending on how I feel in the moment. Sometimes I feel like I just want to throw down. Let's go check these hippogriffs over here. And it's really fun to use them when you just like, that's it. I just want to annihilate everybody. That's always fun. We already took that out. Let's sneak our way down here. We got a couple hippogriffs, so we'll land way out over here. And then what we're looking for is we're looking for specialty mobs. Now, I have all of the mobs except for a couple, which you can't really get until a later game. But what I'm doing is I'm looking for very special mobs that have a little star. And there goes one of them. I thought there was two. Maybe there was only one. Yep, maybe only one. Now, what you can do is just wait till it comes back and then grab it. Don't really need it, so we'll just leave him out here doing his thing. I love to buzz around, dropping that Revelio over and over. Here's the same thing over here. Let's go drop over here. Go indivisible by 3. Go get it. Now, you haven't already done so, hit that follow button, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. You can help support the stream by hitting that follow button. I do stream every single day. Right now, we're working on our One Last Wave project right down there. I'm going to go surfing for my birthday at age 53. I know, crazy, right? Gonna go do that as well one last time, everybody, before I get too old. Or maybe I'm already too old. We'll find out. We're going to find out when I get on that surfboard for sure. Now, lately I've been having some breathing problems, so that's been making me nervous. But again, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. So we're just going to YOLO. We're going to YOLO it and see what happens. Don't see any special dare calls there, so we'll go ahead and head back over this way. We're just kind of working our way across the lower side. Now, I'm a little low level for the lower side here. Oh, what we got? We want to throw down over here? Who wants to throw down? Oh, some wolves. I know what to do with them. Some bombarda. They love it when I do the bombarda. Watch this. Just annihilated all of them. I'm way too OP for those guys. Now I've built up my gear and all my traits up as well. Speaking of my traits, oops, wrong button. Hit tab like I'm playing Fallout all the time. Let's see if I got some extra talents. What was I waiting my talents for? I think for Terraform Mastery. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and burn it up on this one. There we go. Get Descendio. Now, I only have one left on this one. Not doing Dark Arts in this playthrough. I might play a little Dark Kismet at some point. I still got one here in Stealth, and already got all of my room requirements. Now, the reason why I don't use it in the core one here is because I don't think it's necessary, at least for me in my playthrough. I just keep switching out my skills. But I feel like the last ones I would get would be this one and then these three. So over the next, by level 40, you should be able to get all of them except for the Dark Arts, or 10 of your choosing, because you need 10 of them over here. And so I could get all of these done right about level 40, because I need one more here. And again, all I really want is this one more, but I have to get the spell first. And then the rest of these I don't really need. All the rest of these are just get them if I can, right? So there's 5 of them here that I don't really need. So really at level 37, I could have all of the skills that I want in my entire playthrough maxed. And then I can go ahead and start getting all those extra ones after that, and then I can have different sets and things like that. Again, I always look at what, what's worth my time, minimum, maximum wise. Oh yeah, threw down one of my thingies. What is this? Oh, this is a, this was one of those, places for those animals there. The layers. Darkall we already saw. Alright, we haven't been into this area yet, so let's get on the broom. We'll throw some Revelio. Just go where the wind takes us. We're going to play for just a little bit more. Now, of course, this is like day 13 of this particular playthrough. And I play for, not that long, just a few hours. Usually on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays as well.
Hello,
and then during the day, I play some Fallout 76 with my crew. We kick some serious butt on that as well. And then on the weekend, some Valheim. Also some races and nitros, some Stream Raiders battles. And in a minute here, we're going to play a new game that's not even out yet called The Invincible, which looks really, really good. I appreciate them sending me a code before it's even out, everybody. So you guys are going to get an early look at the game. Very excited about that. And I don't know anything about it, and so we call it a learn to play. And that's where, if you guys are a pro at it, you can backseat game all you want. Oh, is that the way it is it? Let's go.
Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
The wall thing is so cool. So cool. All right, we're out of here. Usually that's a bit it takes. Usually not even mobs down there. Just run down there and grab it and then run back. The higher areas you get, of course, the more tricky it gets. So let's get over here. Oh, a little roll the ball one.
Be a Merlin trial.
Now, I don't even need these Merlin trials anymore. I'm just getting 100, trying to get 100% in the game. Yeah, exclamation loot. That's how you do it. Happy birthday, Kismet. Well, thank you. Getting close. On the 23rd is my birthday. Gonna be 53. And again, I appreciate everybody coming in, showing so much love to the stream. Relax, take it easy, grab yourself a drink and a sandwich. We're gonna be going for a little while longer here. We're gonna play a little roly ball here in a second. Let's go see how we can get this going. We got to get it over here and then launch it across there. Oh, that's gonna be a fun one. I don't think I've done this one as well, because by the time I got down here in my last playthrough, I had already done all the stuff that I needed to do. But again, we're going hardcore this time. Let's see if we can get it to roll across this thing. If not, I can go grab it. Let's see if we can get it to go right where we want it to go. Oh. What? Alright, that's okay. We got another idea. Watch this. Was it enough? Oh, got robbed. Come back here, you.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Or you always just do it the easy way. No, you don't. Not quite enough. Oh, I could have just moved it over, I guess. You actually can move it forward and backwards as well. I tried. Man, that bridge should have been up like that. Had it hit the bridge, it would have rolled in. Move that thing up.
Accio.
Nope. Worth a shot.
Revelio.
Alright. Always have a backup plan. Now, the cool thing is, when you're at this level, you've got most of your spells that you need. And so, doing a lot of this stuff, you know, you got a backup plan in case it goes horribly wrong. Alright, where's our little block here?
Hogwarts is lucky they've got protection, chum. Enjoy stealing.
See what I did there? I hit them both in the same time. I'm about to bombard them.
Shoot.
No match.
Are you even trying? No!
I hear him, but I don't see him. They fell to their death. All right, we got to go find a little block. Now, one of the easiest ways I find to find the block is to simply just fly around on your broom until you see a little square. There it is, down there. I love to just come in hot. Everybody like, what up?
You don't want to try Accio. Is that best? Let's see what you make of my Bombarda.
Well, that didn't work out well, did for you, did it?
My right is here. Leviosa. Accio. Leviosa.
Stand up. Oh, how dare you. Come on, free shot. Come on, shot. Miss me again. Go ahead, free shot. Miss me again. That only spell you know, Reducto. Oh, I missed him point blank. What the heck? Point blank, I missed him.
In the wizarding world.
Sometimes I just toy with them, everybody, as you might have noticed there. I just toy with them, mess with them a little bit, just for fun. Just for the funsies of it. Now, I usually find that they give you a little road or something.
Revelio.
Sure, I'll get all my loot here before I leave. Anything else? They usually give you a little road that leads you where you need to go. I feel like this road's taking me the long way.
Bombarda. Revelio.
Where am I going? Let's see, this way. Road's sending me in a circle. I don't mind switching my spells. Some people don't like it. Some people, yeah, go in the opposite direction. Some people like to have all their spell sets early, and if that's your jam, more power to you. Me, I don't like to waste the points. You know, it's better if I have more powerful spells than having different sets, because you can stop the game at any time. You can just pause the game by hitting T, switch your sets, and you're fine. Most of the time, I mean, depending on if you're low health, you don't want to do it because you might end up dying because you pause, and then when you come out of pause, you die. So don't be low health and do it, but full health, you could easily just switch your things. I'm case in point because I've done it many times. In fact, I do it all the time. a unique one. I haven't seen that one before, where you actually make the rocks move.
Revelio.
Very cool. Too easy.
Lumos.
I just do that for you guys so you can see me running in and out. Just for fun. Yes, I absolutely think it's a masterclass. Absolutely. It's fun every single time. Even if you get owned, it's fun. And that's really hard. That's really hard to do, I think. Definitely. Another one over this way. Go check it out. These nets. Wing nets up there. Huh. A little spot.
Lumos.
Oh, see, some of this stuff is level 3 lock, so if you didn't have level 3 lock by the time you get down here, you're bumming.
Revelio.
It's supposed to be Quidditch. It's like a poor man's Quidditch. Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? I never saw that before in my previous playthrough. Like Quidditch practice. That's cool. I love seeing new stuff. And that's why we're 100%ing it, so we can see all the stuff that we missed in the last playthrough. Especially all the stuff down here. See, look, there's a whole bunch of stuff there, but it's not on my thing. Alright, let's keep rocking. Oh, here we go. Nope.
Accio.
Free shot. Missed me. Free shot again. Come on. Just takes practice. I don't even feel like I'm that good at it, everybody. I feel like, especially when you stop and you come back. Like, I play like 3 nights a week. And not for very long. Not like I'm playing for 20 hours in those nights. But even then, when I come back the next day, I feel like I got to get back into the groove of it. But once you do, man, you are so incredibly powerful in this game. If you can master your timing. Oh.
Lumos.
Geez, that's like pitch black in here. The door closed behind me. Normally you got a little light from the outside. Not this time.
Revelio. Lumos.
Oh.
Revelio.
Oh, over here. And then back here. Oh, you gotta do 5 of them in that case.
Lumos.
Okay. Easy peasy. A lot of these are pretty easy. What do you think the biggest difference is from normal to hard? They're much faster. They attack faster. Multiple of them attack you at the same time. They hit you harder when they do attack you. Again, your timing is totally different. Totally different. Because you got to be much faster in your reflections and timing them.
Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
For sure. And if you don't catch up with them, they will go so fast they'll annihilate you. Especially in the early game, I've had mobs hit me and almost kill me in a single shot. Especially if they're higher level. And I've had some mobs just kill me. I took on this mob, it was like 3 levels higher than me, and I was even using my potions and stuff. It was a giant spider, and it one-shot me. Boom, dead. Just like that. Which normally would not happen in the normal mode. In the normal mode, I think you don't even need potions. If you're good, if you learn your combos, don't need them at all. I feel like if I spent more time working my combos, wouldn't even need to use them. And I feel like if you, even in hard mode, if you, I tried. If you use your combo, if you learned your spells really, really well, I can get them from up here, no. If you use your combos really well, you wouldn't need spells. You wouldn't need potions either. In this one. Tricky one.
Confringo. Lumos.
There we go. Tricky, tricky. Go the easy way. Alright, back over. Oh, hold on. Loot.
Revelio.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I used more than just a couple in normal mode. I just do it because it's fun.
Lumos.
It's especially fun to just go absolutely postal on them. Just burn every potion and just go crazy. That's really fun. But you really don't need it. Even in hard mode. Even in hard mode, you don't need them. I've done it. I was fighting the whole beginning of the game without any potions. I have a bunch of them now, but I just keep them for when I have a bunch of mobs. When you have like 5, 6, 7 mobs, and then you just go full postal mode and you just wipe them all out, because that's super fun. Especially if you gear out your, character. When I played normal mode, it was just easy. Even the ending I felt was a bit easy of the storyline. I'm not going to tell you what it was because I don't want to spoil it. But even I felt the ending was easy because at the end, that's when I used my potions and stuff. And I annihilated that ending. We'll get there eventually again. We're 100%ing this playthrough. And so we're just kind of going little by little here. Just kind of running into whatever we see. Oh god, wait, we gotta switch out though. Alright, what else? We'll go get one more travel point here. And then we'll pick up from this next time. We got otherwise we're not gonna have enough time to play the other one. Let's have enough time though. Phoenix Mountain Cave. Oh really? Oh really?
Confringo.
I don't think I can go in there yet until I have the quest. Oh! Hold on now. This is a white deer. Look out, little deer. Get out. Don't run toward the troll. Alright, let's throw down on a troll first. Alright, we need the freezy. We need the flippy flippy. We need the bombarda. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Let's go, forest troll. Let's go, baby. Come on. Bring it. What you got? Oh. Ouchie. Ouchie again. Burn up some of my potions. Miss me. Flipendo. Didn't even need to use my ancient magic. I like to keep my potions around 15, so sometimes I'll let them hit me, and sometimes they'll hit me just because I screwed up. But in that case, I just let them hit me so I can burn another potion. Because I feel like we're gonna need some room Because you only have 25 potions, and sometimes you go into large areas and you get like 10 Wig and Will potions, and then you have nowhere to put them. And I hate leaving loot behind. Alright, this is a good place to stop right here. Let's go ahead and save. Hang out over here. We got to come back here eventually anyway. Let's go ahead and save right here. Hey, Rotisserie G, what up? Oh, you only built, didn't build much in your room? Oh, that's how I crushed this game. I crushed this game right in the very beginning by going right to get the room requirement. And then it was just making me potions. It was giving me loot. I was getting tenaculars. I was just getting everything. And then, of course, now I'm doing animals and all of that. And that's why I got 37,000 gold on top of, wherever it says my gold here. I think it's under gear. 37,000 gold right now. And I already spent 100,000. So I already spent tons and tons of cash. In fact, I got extra brooms that I don't need and whatnot. And that's, you know, another 30, 40,000 there. And various brooms that I've gotten and whatnot. And, you know, using all of that cash that I do that as well. Oh, yes, I didn't do any decorating. I just used the tables. Like the number one tables I get are the free potions tables. Those are awesome, especially in hard mode. So you don't have to collect those resources. It's basically like free resources and free potions, which is awesome. And then they automatically, you just pick them up and do it. And if I already have them maxed, then I will pick them up, just use them up, and then just have them doing more, because it might be one that I don't have maxed. And the same thing with all my stuff. I just keep that stuff running all the time. And then if I need it, I run in there, I grab it, and I run out of there and utilize it. Most of the time, I'll use my stuff when I'm in the... oh, man, we got to work on our gear, too. Our gear's getting full. Oh, my gosh, I'm 39 and 40. Oh, okay, hold on. Before we log out, we might have to do that, too. Hold on. We have to go find a vendor. I don't think there's a vendor over here yet. There's a vendor back here. I don't think there's any vendors. Okay, I might have to do a little fast travel here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I don't fast travel in this playthrough unless it's through that cavern, because you have to run through that cavern. So to bypass that cavern, that's okay. Because it just takes too long to run through there. So I'm just going to pop over here to this guy. And then we're going to fly over to Priya here. If I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget. And then I'm going to log in next time. And then what's going to happen is my character's going to be full. Let's run over here to Priya.
Revelio.
She's out here somewhere. I should have tagged her. I should have tagged her, because I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I sure am. Right there. Oh, we got to come back and do all these mazes. Now, these are traveling vendors, and they just kind of bounce around to try to help you clear out your gear.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Now, at my level, anything less than a legendary is a waste of my time. Because I have a massive amount of loot. From animals, from my room requirement and stuff. So everything else is just basically cash to me. So I just sell all that stuff off. And you can see that I have my inventory max from doing the Merlin trials. So I can have 40 items at the same time. So now I've got 38,000. I'm going to probably have 39,000 here. Maybe even 40,000, or at least getting close to it. Again, cash is no problem for me because I'm a super looter. I loot everything. Because this way it allows me to find all the hidden stuff. And that's really what I'm after, more than the gold or whatever. As I'm after all of the hidden items, the things that if people weren't being diligent, that you would miss out on. And I'm very diligent in my playthroughs.
Nice
now, notice I left all the legendaries there. And one of the things I can do
look, shall we?
Is also look at the legendaries I have and see if they're better than what I have. That one doesn't. That one's not better. That one's not better. And that one's not better. So I can sell those off too. Now, I don't really know what these are because they're not identified. So we'll go ahead and leave those in there, though I could probably get rid of them.
So nice of you to stop by.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bounce back to the other side where we left off to pick that up the next time. There we go. Do we have to subscribe to get drops? No. Though if you hit the follow button, it would help out the stream. You don't have to subscribe to get drops. I have drops on every single time they're on. I'm not sure if they ran off or not. Let's go see if they finished out. But I do have to be in that category for you to get drops, which I'm in the category right now, but I'm about to switch out. So yeah, let's see if they're still going on. They were going on before, but let's go see just in case. Want to make sure that you get your loot. I'm all about getting you guys loot. I never turn drops off, by the way. Even if I forget to put it in the title, I never turn the drops off. So if I'm in a category in which you can get drops, definitely in there. Maybe it's, oh, maybe it went off. Oh, it went off. Should still be going on. Oh, they turned it off early. This Friday, June 2nd. At 12, I guess, oh no, it went off an hour and a half ago. It went off. I thought it meant June 2nd at nighttime, not June 2nd as in midnight. So it's like June 1st at 12:01 or 12 o'clock. 12 a, it'd be 11:59, and then it'd be 12 a.m. of June 2nd. I get it. I get it. All right, let me take that off the title. But I'm going to switch my title now anyway in a second. So let's do that. Thanks for that heads up, by the way. Go give you 1,000 kids caps for that. You guys were getting drops all night long, but sadly, it is now past time. All right, let's go ahead and save that for just a second. Let's go ahead and swap this out right here. Boom, right there. And we're going to go ahead and swap the title, swap all that stuff as well. Thanks for watching this video. Keep the Kismet love train a-going. Drop by my Patreon and show your support. Big thanks going out to Resident Spike, Rotisserie G, JC Hunter, AMZ, Carlo, Notorious TDK, Scriplin, Ems, Brando, and Blaring Fire. Click to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.